All right, and we're live. Sorry about the late start. It's going to be first and goal at the 1.5 yard line. Dak Prescott throws a little floater, and it's going to be incomplete, out of bounds. And that's going to be a pass interference on Jackson, the cornerback for the Eagles. Like I said, very sorry for the late getting on here. I was coming back from helping out. Oh golly, yeah, he was holding. That's holding on Dory Jackson. But yeah, sorry for coming in a little bit late. I was helping out my dad a little bit. It took about an hour and a half to get there, an hour and a half to come back. So been driving around a little bit. Didn't come back until a little bit later. But now, like I said, Eagles versus Cowboys. Cowboys driving down the field, first and goal at the 1 yard line. We got two tight ends to the. Actually, then we're gonna move Lipke over. Hand the ball off, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Cowboys. So the Cowboys take the early lead, and that is going to be Javonte Williams with the score, number 33. So the Cowboys, like I said, let's see here. That's a good job by Smith there. Smith moving Jordan Davis, creating a nice little hole there. And then Guyton he kind of hooked around a little bit for Zach Baum, but he still got him. So good job by the offensive line for Dallas, and on comes Brandon Aubrey for the extra point. Kick is up and kick is good. So it is 7-0. Dallas Cowboys are up with 11:49 left to go in the first. Wait, what happened? Someone got ejected? What in the world? Hold a second. Did someone get ejected? Um. Oh, Jaylen Carter is ejected. Hold on a second. I gotta look at this. What in the world actually happened, though? That's what I want to know. To spit at Dak Prescott? Come on, Jaylen. I'm watching it right now because, like I said, I missed it. So, I mean, that's like 6 seconds into the game. Come on, get the actual thing to happen. Oh. Oh, he did. He did spit on him. That's crazy. That is kind of crazy. You spit on like so you like especially when you know that like after you get in somebody's face and you spit on somebody. Come on, dude. That's just stupid. Okay, well that's definitely going to change the game. That's kind of crazy that like on the first play too. Like I said, they had 6 seconds only got going in, and you were already like spitting. That's kind of crazy. All right. All right, and we're back. So let's see how Philly's going to respond. Like I said, Dallas travels all the way down there. Scores touchdown. It's 11:49 left to go in the first, and Philly's going to get the ball. Like I said, this is their title defense. And going to go into the end zone for a touchback. However, there is a flag, though. Oh, so number 9 apparently was moving before the kick. So Marcus Epps. All right, so Jalen Hurts in pistol formation with Saquon Barkley behind him. Going to send Dawson into motion. Going to be a drop back pass. He's going to throw. He's going to throw to Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert's going to get out of bounds. It'll be about an 8 to 9 yard gain. That's going to be second down and about 1. All right, Jalen Hurts in the shotgun formation with Saquon Barkley to his right. Looks like it'll be a little bit bunch formation to the right. And going to be hand of Saquon Barkley. He's going to make a miss. And it's going to gain about 3 yards there. So nice gain there for 3 yards. That's going to be a first down for Saquon Barkley. And Kenny Clark with the tackle, number 95, the newly acquired Kenny Clark from the Green Bay Packers. All right, Jalen Hurts going to be under center here. Going to have Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Going to send Kyle Katerra into motion. From the 40-yard line, going to be a play-action pass. Jalen Hurts steps in the pocket. He's going to run. He's going to get up to the 40, up to the 45, and he's going to slide at about the 48-yard line. Nice gain there, about 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3 for the Eagles. 10:25, let it go in the first. So far, Kenny Clark has been in a lot of plays. Like I say, he got that pressure on Jalen Hurts there. So, 10 minutes left to go in the first. Under center is Jalen Hurts. Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Going to be a pitch out him to the left side. He's got some room up to the 50, up to the 45. Runs to his own man and he follows Durgan's 40 and down to about the 40. Was that 36-yard line, I think? Nice game there of Saquon Barkley. That's going to be another first down. 9:40 left to go in the first. I said, good job on Cam Jurgens. I mean, Cam Jurgens kind of leading the way there. The center. So, Will Shipley is going to sub in for Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts in shotgun formation with Will Shipley to his left. Going to send Smith into motion over to the right. Drops back a pass. Throw across the middle is going to be to Dallas Goedert up to the 30-yard line. Nice game there. Going to be about second down and 4. 9 minutes left to go in the first. All right, so Will Shipley's back in there. See if we get a little carry here. Going to send wide receiver in motion. That's going to be Smith in motion. Going to hand off to Will Shipley. Got a little room. Going to get the first down. Nice gain, about 5 yards there. And that's going to be first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. All right, Jalen Hurts in the shotgun formation. Got Will Shipley to his left. Going to send Devontae Smith in motion over to the left. Draws back a pass. Quick little throw, a little out, going up to the 20, up to the 15, down to the 10, 5, and down to the 5-yard line is Will Shipley. Nice little swing pass there. And it's going to be first and goal from the 5. Ooh! Dotson had a nice little block there. See, who was that on the linebacker? I mean, he kind of took him off his feet. All right, Saquon Barkley subs back in. First and goal from about the 5. Well, that's from the 6-yard line. Going to be a hand of Saquon Barkley off to the left side. Is going to kind of get down to about the 3-ish yard line. So nice gain there, about 3 yards. Second and goal from about the 2.5. 7:13 left to go in the first quarter. It's still 7-0, but Philly is knocking on the door. I'm hoping this is a good game. What's up, Dobie? Yes, this is a. I didn't watch like the first like little bit because like I said I was coming home. I was coming back a little bit late. I'll talk about a little bit more at the commercial break. But surprising that Jaylen Carter got suspended from the rest of the game. So Jalen Hurts under center, going to have 2 tight ends to the left. Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Saquon Barkley, who's going to get met by 2 Cowboys. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3. But yeah, I was coming back a little bit late because I was helping my dad with something. So I had to drive an hour and a half. And then help him out with that. Then drive an hour and a half back. And I was like kind of speeding to kind of make back. And then I was like, let me just send a little reminder that it'll be a little bit for me to get started. But I'm here. 3rd and goal. Actually lost a yard. So about from the 4-yard line. Trips to the right. Actually going to have send Dotson in motion over to the left. Shotgun formation. Going to drop back to pass. Jalen Hurts is going to roll it to his right, and he's going to try to run for a touchdown. It's going to be a touchdown. Jalen Hurts, 5:55 left to go in the first quarter, and with an extra point, going to make it a 7-7 tie. Yeah, like I said, Jaylen Carter, like 6 seconds into the game. That's what's crazy. 6 seconds in the game, and then you automatically get disqualified because you decide that you want to. I mean, technically, what was it? Is that like the Romanowski when he did that? He did that to Shannon Sharp where he spit on him. That's crazy. It really nice Philly to take away their best defender since the Cowboys were without Micah. Exactly. Like I said, they're trying to be fair. They don't want to be like, oh, well, you don't have Micah. Kick is up and kick is going to be good. So it is going to be 7-7 tie. Going to go to commercial break at 5:55. Let's go in the first quarter. I'm probably going to get me a little sweet tea. Can I have me something to drink while I'm recording? But yeah, like I said, it's kind of crazy. One is crazy about the Micah trade. We already talked about it before, but the fact that Jaylen Carter, knowing good and well, you're not supposed to be doing that. Just decides, yeah, you know what? I'm going to decide to spit right in front of the ref too, like right in front of the ref. All right, let me go fix me up some sweet tea. Oh, goodness. This is a mess. There we go. Oh, that's good. I've been making some pretty good sweet tea. All right, there we go. Yep. Let's put you right there. And get you right over here. All right, we're back. All right. So, like I said, I saw the Cowboys a little bit drive. Like I said, I saw the CeeDee Lamb catch. That was pretty good. Like I said, CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott kind of be on the same page. I'm excited to kind of see how it's going to go. Yes, Southern style. So I use Louisiana as my tea packets. I tried. They had usually, like I said, I just do like just normal iced tea, and then I do my own sugar. but they had an actual sweet tea, like tea bag. So I tried that, and it was fine. But like I prefer to have just like the regular tea, and then add my own kind of sugar. Like I said, in a pitcher, like a regular pitcher, you got about that much sugar in there. What? Yeah, let me show. Like there you go. About that much sugar in the pitcher, and then like I said, you brew the tea, put it in there, keep on adding the water. Um, like I said, it kind of it's kind of like like a feel. This little pushing and shoving going on. Oh, took a helmet off. There's a fight going on. Another helmet's going to come off. We got another fight. Throw him out. Like, come on. Like I said, I do like seeing some kind of fight, especially it's rivalry weekend. I don't know what happened, but some people are going to be thrown out. That's for sure. But yes. So some nice Southern sweet tea in the Auburn Cup, in the freeze warning cup, by the way. I almost put it in the Atlanta Falcons cup, but I was like, nah, I'm good. I gotta make me some more. I'll tell you this. Like, I'd always made sweet tea, like, at the house, like, especially when I was at my parents' house growing up. But you don't realize how much money you save by just making your own. Just, like I said, the tea bags are not that much. Sugar, like I said, every now and then you gotta get some more. But besides that, I mean, it's just the water that you normally have, and just getting the right the right mixture, and you're good. You're set. All right, so who's going to be thrown out? Wait. Both against Dallas? They're not going to call in the Philly guy? Wait. So the Philly guy gets nothing? That's a little surprising. What's up, Derpy? Yeah. But so Dallas is gonna be backed up. They're gonna be backed up to, it looks like the 12-yard line after that penalty. But that's kind of wild that uh it's kind of wild the fact that you have shoot, that only Dallas got the penalties. So first down 10, 5:48 remaining in the first quarter. Going to be shotgun formation, bunch to the right. Going to be a handoff, and that's going to be, is that Sant? No, that's going to be Javonte Williams. Nice get about 3 yards there. Second down and 7, about the 15-yard line. And there's some more little pushing and shoving going on. It's Makuba and somebody else. So it's kind of doing a little pushing and shoving. Yeah. So I'm interested to see how George Pickens is going to do on his new team. Like I said, I don't know what he did that first drive. But second down and 7, 5:18 left to go in the first quarter. Still 7-7 tie. Dak is in shotgun formation. Looks like he got Miles Sanders to his right. Or is that Phil Maffa? I can't tell. No, it's Williams. Play action pass. Steps up in the pocket. Avoids the sack. Avoids another sack. Throws on the run. A great catch by CeeDee Lamb. Gets the first down. Gets up to about the 33-yard line. Great adjustment by CeeDee Lamb to get the first down. It was a pretty good coverage, not going to lie. Dak Prescott on that play action pass avoids about 3 sacks and throws on the run. Like I said, pretty good pass. Pretty good pass by Dak right there. Goes to the right, avoids a sack, and then in the last little minute, like I said, good job. I mean, I think that's is that Zach Bond who's on coverage? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it is. All right. So, first down 10 for the 33-yard line. Dak Prescott's under center. Going to have Javonte Williams in the backfield. Going to be handoffs to him on a little counter play. And he's going to get up to about the 39-yard line. So, nice gain there, about 6-ish yards. And that's going to be second down and 4. That's good. Dang, Javonte Williams is only 25. That's crazy. Almost my age. All right. So, second down and 5 to a 5-yard game. From about the 38-yard line, Dak Prescott under center. Going to have Williams in the backfield. Going to send the tight end in motion up to the left. Going to be a handoff to Williams. Going to try the left side. He's going to cut inside and gets back to the 41-yard line to make a third down and 2. 3:35 remaining in the first quarter. I think there's some more pushing and shoving going on. Yep, Andrew Makuba once again. Like I said, I like Makuba. I like to pick Makuba because he has really good ball hawking ability. So couple that with the two young corners who's really good against the run too. Like I said, I think this has a special place for Philly to finally be able to have a sustainable secondary. Kind of showed that last year. 3rd down and 2. Dak has some time. Has plenty of time. Throws across the middle. It's going to be CeeDee Lamb once again up to the 40. Up to the 35. Up to the 30. Down to about the 29-yard line. CeeDee Lamb having a great game so far. That's going to be 1st down and 10 for the 29-yard line for Dallas. 2:48 remaining in the first quarter, and Dallas is driving down the field. I mean, it's mainly Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. But let's see here. You got Tyler Booker. He's kind of just holding his own. And then that is Adoree Jackson, who's lined up against CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb right now 3 catches for 76 yards since only the first quarter. 2:25 to go in the first quarter. Dak Prescott under center. And it looks like it's going to be Miles Sanders is in the backfield. Is that Miles Sanders? It looks like it. Number 24. Drops back to pass. Throws 24. He's going to get about to the 30-yard line. It's going to be by it. It's about a 3-yard gain there. However, there is a flag. Holding on the offense. On Tyler Smith. So back him up a little bit. And it's still going to be 1st down and 10 for the Dallas Cowboys with 2:08 remaining. All right, so he's got, what's that? Is that a Jomo against him? No. Oh, against Byron Young. Oh, absolutely, it's a hold. He tried to go on he tried to almost trip him too. So you could have called tripping too. All right, so let's see. Second down. 1st down 20 from about the 43-yard line. Dak Prescott in a shotgun. Gonna have a split set here. Draws back to pass. Is getting immediate pressure by 0. Throws out to Miles Sanders, who obviously gets gobbled up. And that's going to be Zach Bond with a nice tackle for loss for about 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 24. 1:30 remaining in the first quarter. Yeah, great job by Zach Bond there. He kind of goes through a lot of the mess. He's able to kind of read it immediately. Number 1 should have chipped there. But, like I said, 0. Who is 0? I'm trying to remember who 0 is. That's I'm trying to remember who is 0. Shoot. I can't remember. Is it Nolan Smith? I think it's Nolan Smith, but he got immediate pressure. So Dak Prescott in a shotgun formation, running back to his right. 2nd down 23. Drops back to pass. Throws a deep shot, and it's going to be incomplete. Try to get it to George Pickens, and there is a flag against Mitchell. And Mitchell did have his hands all over him, so it kind of makes sense. But, just a deep shot. Yeah, it's kind of easy pass interference though. He kind of held on to him. They'll show it right here. Like I said, he's got him by the collar right here. So you got him by the collar. You're pulling down on the collar, and then like I said. Pickens is able to get his hand on it too, so it's kind of showed he's doing a little bit too much. If he didn't have his hand right here, I don't think it would have been called because it would just been hand fighting. But having right here and pulling down even a little bit, the ref's going to call that. So we got Dak under center. We got 3 tight ends to the left. Going to be a play action pass, and Dak is going to throw on the run. Throws to the end zone. It'll be incomplete. Try to get it to Jalen Tolbert, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 with 46 seconds remaining. Like I said, Dallas has been able to move the ball, thankfully. That holding call almost put him back, but they were able to get the pass interference. New set of downs. Wait, no, sorry. Nolan Smith's number 3. So who is number 0? Who am I not thinking of? Let's see. Who am I not thinking of? Well, I got a little bit of time. Eagles, number 0. All right, 2nd down 10 for the 12-yard line. They don't have that right. Going to be a handoff to Javonte Williams. He breaks free, keeps trucking, and going to get all the way down to the 1-yard line. That was a great run by Javonte Williams. He's just powering through, just running through tackles, and gets the 1st down to make it 1st and goal. With 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter, it's tied 7-7. Oh, Josh Uche. I forgot he was on the Eagles. All right, so Dallas, you got um, Dallas. Sorry, goodness gracious. Dak Prescott under center. Javonte Williams in the backfield. 10 seconds. I think we're gonna try to see if they can make him jump off sides. All right, they try to make him jump off sides. So first and goal, it's gonna be going into second quarter. So it's Josh Uche. That's crazy. That is actually kind of crazy that Joshua Uche is on the Eagles. How did I miss that? Yeah, he's zero. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, they're talking about the Michael Parsons trade. Um, it's going to be an all offensive game. It feels like. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that it's a pretty good game. I mean, like so far, it's been back and forth, back and forth. I'd rather have that than have defensive struggle. Obviously, it kind of hurts when you don't have Jaylen Carter because obviously you don't have Milton Williams anymore. Jordan Davis is more so just a defensive guy, anyways. Oh, not a defense guy. More of like a run stuffer, anyways. So you're kind of losing your pass rusher on the interior. So maybe you shouldn't have spit at Dak. Zero is such a strange number to wear. I'm getting used to it. I used to be like when I first heard they were going to do the zero, I was like, I don't know about this. Owen Papo did it for Auburn, and I kind of liked it. I was like, okay, it works for some people. Like I said, I think it works well for linebackers. Like I said, I think it's kind of dope. Like I said, it's the same kind of thing like with 8. Like if you just have 8, like a single little box number. So I've gotten used to it. Not with on offense, but on defense, I've gotten used to it. I will say this. I think I've said this before. I do want to go to Philly. I want to visit Philly one time. I've talked about it before with family and whatnot. I really want to just do a road trip up the Northeast because the farthest Northeast I've been is Maryland by accident. And the reason why I say by accident is because I was on a trip with my church and we were doing a little getaway. We went to West Virginia for the skiing resort, kind of basically trying to a nice little getaway on President's Day weekend, and be able to have fellowship. And our bus driver, instead of using the GPS, was like, I know where I'm going, and instead of turning right, he turned left at the very beginning of the trip, and went 3 hours in the wrong direction until we hit Maryland, and they were like, why are we in Maryland? And so then we had to turn around, drive back, and we didn't get home until I think it was 10 o'clock at night. It was that was crazy. We were literally on the bus for I want to say close to 13 hours. It was awful. it was absolutely awful. It was fun in some parts, but then by the time that it got to 6 o'clock, I'm like, I want to be off this bus. I want to be gone. I saw the Sylvester Stallone statue. That's awesome. Touchdown of the night. Javonte Williams, have yourself a day. So Dallas Cowboys once again retake the lead, and after that Quinyon Mitchell defensive holding, the Dallas Cowboys got a new set of downs and were able to drive down the field and score a touchdown. Philly's beautiful. I've been there once. Okay. Oh, that's what you said before. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I said, I want to go to Philly. I want to go to Boston. I want to go to Pittsburgh. I'm okay with New York. Like I said, it's not I know New York is the big one that people want to go to. I'm just not as New York City. I'm not as I got to go to New York City. Now, I like to go to Buffalo. I like to go to I like to Buffalo, then do Buffalo and Toronto, do little Niagara Falls kind of thing. I want to go see Maine because I have my uncle is from Maine and my mom's been there several times to visit his side of the family. I like to go to Maine. What's the other one I want to go to? I kind of want to go to New Jersey. I know there's it's not a controversial thing, but everyone talks bad about New Jersey. I don't know. I just want to just visit New Jersey. Why not? Or do Ocean City, Maryland, because I didn't actually go to Maryland. I drove through Maryland. There's still a lot of places I want to go. because I've been Southwest. I've been, let's see, Texas a bunch of times for Dallas to see like family friends, and then we drove through Oklahoma, through Texas to Arizona. We went to Monument Valley. So we drove through New Mexico, went to Arizona, Monument Valley, walked the Grand Canyon, well, hiked the Grand Canyon. I did Angel's Landing. That it's like I can't remember if it's 7.5 down and then like 9 miles up, and so we like slept underneath the stars. That was an awesome experience. Obviously, I was much smaller then. That was about 5 years ago. Actually, no, it's about to be 6 years ago. That's crazy. Almost 6 years ago. Um, then hiked Yosemite, Sequoia National Park. Went to Los Angeles. And what's crazy? Okay, so what's crazy about Los Angeles is like back in 2019, December 2019, when I did all this, Alabama, their gas prices was like 169, which is still a crazy thing about the gas was like 169 at one point. But gas was 169, and the California was like 333, or no, it was like 333, 373. One of the stuff. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like even it was like over double what gas was like in Alabama. But California was nice. Like I said, I liked it. I mean, it was December, so like no, still kind of like brisk. There was still some snow. Like we had to be kind of careful about that. But it was a really fun experience. I'll tell you that. Buffalo is cool. I saw Niagara Falls there. That's what I'm saying. I want to see Niagara Falls because I'm trying to remember the falls that I have seen. It's the one where which falls did I see? I think it's one of the falls like either in Tennessee or in North Alabama. It's one of the ones where it's like a stopping point for the Trail of Tears, and I'm trying to remember what it's called. Crap. I can see it. I can see the statue, but I can't think of the name it is called. But that was also amazing, amazing falls to watch. Like I said, I like visiting waterfalls, kind of like it's just seeing like the absolute just natural power of waterfalls. But the kick went out of bounds, not out of bounds, but out of the back of the end zone. So first down, 10 from the 35-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Saquon Barkley, who bounce it to the right side, make a man miss, get up to the 40, down to the 41-yard line. Nice gain there. Ooh, sorry. Nice gain there, about 6 yards. Second down to 4. I'm trying to remember. I didn't get Saquon this year. I got Saquon last year, but I do have Saquon in my dynasty league. That's been a really good. That was a really good decision by me. But I knew that he was going to be taken kind of early this season. But I had him last year for my fantasy, and he did amazing for me. This year, I kind of went low profile running back. It's not low profile, but people who are going to have good years but aren't going to be like the top picks. So empty set for Jaylen Hurts, drops back to pass, throws to the right side, and be caught by Devontae Smith, who's going to get the first down. Nice gain, about 6 yards there, and it's going to be up to about the 47-ish yard line. So first down and 10 for the 47-yard line for Philly. That's just so good. I just love sweet tea so much. All right, 13:40 left to go in the second quarter. Still 14-7. Dallas is up. Saquon Barkley's now going to be a pistol formation. Saquon Barkley's going to be behind Jaylen Hurts. Going to be a handoff. He's going to make a man miss, make another man miss. Going to get up to the 50 and gets upended, but lands about the 49-yard line. Nice gain there of about 4 yards, and will look to be almost like a 3-yard loss. Makes 2 men miss. I think it was going to be Sam Williams who made miss, and able to cut back in, get up to midfield, and basically get upended to the 49-yard line. But Adigazua, absolutely cuts him off there. And then I think, who is 13? It's Fowler. Oh, Dante Fowler got absolutely, oh my gosh, Dante Fowler got shaken out of his boots. All right, second down and 6 from the 49-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys. Saquon Barkley to the right of Jaylen Hurts, going to drop back to pass. He's got time, got plenty of time. Throws as we caught by Dallas Goedert, who's going to cut back inside and only gains about 3 yards there. So we third down and 3 from about the 46-yard line. Dallas Goedert's had a pretty good game so far. I think he's got close to about 4 or 5 catches. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's having a better game, but like I'm just noticing that Dallas Goedert's had a pretty good game. I think I have him starting in my dynasty league. So I know I got him in my dynasty. All right, so 12-12, let it go in the second quarter. Third down and 3 from the 46-yard line. Bunch to the right. Jalen Hurts has Saquon Barkley to his right. Now I'm going to move. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to move back. Draws back to pass. Has got time, throws across the middle to be caught, and that's going to be Dallas Goedert, who gets down to about the 39-yard line for a first down for Philly. So 11:50 to go in the second quarter, still 14-7, and Philly is driving on down the field. Like I said, I am very interested to see how Philly does with, like, especially new offensive coordinator. So far, it's been doing pretty good. I don't really know who he is. I don't know who Petula is. Seems like a young guy. It seems like he's probably in his 30s, but dude's so far doing a pretty good job. I got to look him up in a second. All right, so going to send Calcaterra in motion. Jalen Hurts under center. Going to be a play action pass. Rolls out to his right. Throws him and running to be caught, and that's going to get only about a yard or two. That is Granson with the catch. So second down 9, 11:05. Let's go in second. All right, second down 9. Hurts in the shotgun formation got Saquon Barkley to his left. Drops back to pass. And is getting a little pressure. Rolls. Oh, that should be a hold. It rolls out to his left. He's going to get the first down and slides. Jalen Hurts. Mailata got away with a little bit of a hold there on the left side. But Jalen Hurts rolls out to his left and he picks up the first down. Let's see here. Was I missing it or was I seeing something? Let's see. Good job right there. Good job right there. And, well, actually, no. No. He had him on the inside. That was Ezeraku. Because Ezeraku has a great spin move, and he kind of spun right into him. Why do you have... Well, okay, I'm sorry, Ezeraku. Ezeraku, why you pick 41? 41? Come on, Ezeraku. You do better than that. I formation at the 29-yard line. Going to be a handoff to Saquon Barkley off to the right side. He's got some blockers. Going to make a man miss. And gets to about the 25-yard line. Nice gain, about 4 yards. That's going to be second down and 6. 9:40 left to go second quarter. Like I said, Philly is driving. I mean, so far, neither one of these defenses is really getting a stop. I did not realize that Ezeraku was number 41. You got to change that number, bud. Come on, Ezeraku. You better than that. 41. That's a nasty number. All right, so second down 6 on the 25-yard line. Jalen Hurts under center. Going to be Will Shipley in the backfield. Going to handle Will Shipley, who's going to get about maybe a yard. So third down and 5 for Philly. I do like they're giving Saquon a little bit of a breather, especially that first game. Yeah, no defense. Well, let's see. Can Dallas get a stop here? Third down and 5, 8:40 remaining second quarter. You're up by 7. Let's see if they can get a stop. From the 24-yard line, Jalen Hurts in a shotgun formation with Will Shipley to his left. Draws back to pass. He's got some time. Escapes pressure. Rolls to his right, and he's going to barrel into get the 15-yard line up to the 10. Slide down to about the 9-yard line is Jalen Hurts, and that's going to be first and goal from the 9. Great job there by Jalen Hurts. Like I said, filled the pocket, kind of collapsing around him, steps back, and then is avoid the pressure and able to able to get the first down and get all the way down to the 9-yard line. Like I said, Ezeraku gets a little bit of pressure. No, that was Dante Fowler. Dante Fowler gets a little bit of pressure, and then unfortunately, number 18 just absolutely whiffs. But first and goal from about the 9.5-yard line. Jalen Hurts with Saquon Barkley to his left. Going to be a hand of Saquon Barkley, who is going to get about 2-ish yards. So second down and goal from about the 8-ish yard line. Ooh, that's good. All right, so 7:20 left to go in the second quarter. I know that I missed the first little bit of the game, but it's also felt like this game has gone by like pretty quickly. Like it's only, you know, it's been about an hour, and it's like already 7 minutes in left in the first half. Trips to the left, Saquon Barkley to the right. Jalen Hurts drops back to pass, and rolls out to his left, and he's got the end zone for him, and dives for the end zone, and Jalen Hurts is in. 6:46 remaining in the second quarter, and fly Eagles fly. They're about to tie up this game. I don't know if there was like a why is Diggs, what in the world is Diggs doing? Okay, so golly, Ezeraku. Ezeraku keeps on trying to do a spin move against Jordan Mailata, which is not working at all. And then he got absolutely crushed by the guard too. I think that was Jurgens. He got absolutely no Jurgens. Dickerson got absolutely just crushed by him. Like I said, I really like Ezeraku. I really do. His spin move is lethal, but not against Jordan Mailata. Mailata has too good a feet to be messed up by that. So kick is up and kick is good. So it's going to be 14-14 tie. And let's see if the Dallas Cowboys can respond. All right. Who was I playing against this week? I think I'm playing against Kit. Yep. Yep, I am. I don't think he has Jalen Hurts. What I do need is AJ Brown to get a little more involved for one of my leagues. It is a good game so far. Because like I would okay. Oh, that's a good question. Mm, Actually, no. I think most people would take a shootout over like a defensive battle, just because like I mean it's more fun to see, just back and forth. Who's going to have the ball last, that kind of thing. So what was the other thing I was going to say? Shoot. What was I was going to say something else too. Let me check and see. I think I know what I was talking about. Let me double check and make sure. Yeah, there's not well, one, I'm being a wedding this Saturday, so I'm not gonna be streaming on Saturday. But I was trying to make sure if I remember correctly, like outside of like the Michigan and Oklahoma game, there really wasn't like a game that I was like, ooh, I kind of wish I could watch that game. I'll just double check and make sure I'm right. Yeah, it's pretty much just like tune-up games for a lot of people. Yep. But yeah, so I'm streaming the Friday night game, and then off Saturday. Sunday, I'll be having to use just the Paramount Plus for CBS. So that's a kind of interesting kick. Field at the 10, of 15, 20, up to 25, up to 30, and down to the 31-yard line is who is that again? Can't remember who number 9 is. We're talking about the Jaylen Carter spit. But like I said, I'll be streaming the Packers Steelers game. No, sorry, no. Steelers Jets game, and then I'll be streaming the what's the one that happens at 3? Oh, the Packers versus Lions, and then obviously the Sunday night game and the Monday night game. So just kind of let you know like what's coming as far as like streaming wise. But first down, 10 at the 31-yard line. Play action pass for Dak, who's going to dump it off to his tight end, who is going to get like About 3 yards. About 3 yards. Oh, well, it's depending on where they spot him. But I'm going to say it's about 3. So second down, about 7 for the Dallas Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb's in the slot. Drops back a pass. Throws, and it's going to be caught. That's going to be Tolbert, who's going to get a nice gain there. About close. No, it's Turpin. Sorry, Kevontae Turpin. Nice gain there, about 10-ish yards, and that's going to be a first down 10 for the Dallas Cowboys. Actually, no, he got more than 10 yards. He got, let's see, what about 15? Let's see. 7, and then up a little bit. Yeah, about 15. They are going after Dory Jackson. All right, so first down 10. Dallas, Dak Prescott 7 for 8 for 98 yards. And shotgun formation with looks like, let's see, yep, with Sanders to his left. And for some reason, because the play clock was at 5, Dallas takes his first time out. So 5:26 remaining in the second quarter, still 14-14 tie. And Dallas is trying to move on down the field. There was actually something else I was looking up, but I can't remember what it was. Um. Oh, that's right, that's right, that's right. Speaking of next week, I was gonna talk about what else will be streaming next week, because I believe it was the Houston game that I was doing next Friday. Let me double check and make sure that's correct. Because I think it was Houston versus oh shoot, who was it? It was a Big 12 game, because like I said, off the time I'm not going to watch a Big 12 game, but if I'm streaming on Friday, then, I'll be watching a game. And I believe it's Houston because it has Connor Tojol. But yeah, it's Houston versus Colorado, so I'm like, it could be a fun game. It's going to be on ESPN. So watching that game so I can watch both Colorado and also watch and Houston. So I can get DJ McKinney, who is the cornerback for Colorado, kind of watch him, see how he progresses this year, and then kind of watch Connor Wigman, who I think is, I want to say Connor Wigman is, if he comes out in this draft class, would be kind of like a Kyle McCord, like, someone you probably take a little bit later, take a little flyer on, and, probably be like a little backup. I remember Connor Wigman about 2 or 3 years ago was a heavy recruit coming out. I think it was from Texas, and he started to look really good. And I started to be like, oh, he could be pretty good. And then he just fell flat in Texas A&M last year. And so hopefully he's able to bounce back. So that's going to be next Friday is the game that I stream is at Houston. Colorado at Houston game. A little ice cream. Or is it sherbet? Oh, this is ice cream. All right, so from the midfield, Dak under center with looks like Miles Sanders in the backfield. Because the CeeDee Lamb in motion, drops back a pass. Actually going to be thrown to a handoff. Miles Sanders, who can't miss Smith's tackle, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. So second down and 10. And oh no, come on. They're going to call an excessive celebration on that. Come on now. He had his back to him. Sanders didn't even see it. Taunting. I hate the taunting penalty. Yes, Nolan Smith, maybe he shouldn't have, done this. But if you look at it, literally, look at it right here. All right, so great tackle. Like I said, bad job by Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders doesn't even see it. He learned like maybe you could be like, oh, well, he can hear him. But, he can't even see. He's not even looking in his own direction. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's football. It's football. All right, so 3 tight ends on the field. Going to be another play-action pass. And Dak is going to try to avoid the sack. He does, and he is going to run to the left. What happened to Dak's running ability? Goodness gracious, he looks like a grandpa. Dak gets about like 4 yards there, but I don't know what kind of run is that? Is he hurt? I mean, look at like what is? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that does not look like normal Dak running the ball. I guess age is kind of catching up to him because that's just like a weird run. But gain 3 yards, second down 7 from the 32-yard line. Dak in shotgun formation, going to send CeeDee Lamb into motion. Going to be a handoff to Devontae Turpin, who's got some blockers and gets to make it a third and about long one. What's up, Emmanuel? Good game so far. Bad game to not have watched the first quarter for me. Well, you missed out on Jaylen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott within 6 seconds of the game. I also missed that because, like I said, I didn't come until a little bit later because, like I said, I was helping on my dad. But it's been back and forth. There's not been a stop yet. However, with 3:40 left to go in the second quarter, it's third down and 2. Dak Prescott in shotgun formation with Javonte Williams to his right. And it's going to be a handoff to Javonte Williams, who's going to get the first down, going to get up to about the 23-yard line. So nice gain there, 22-yard line. Dallas continues to run the ball, and like I said, so far, Williams, 9 rushes for about 38 yards. Doing pretty good. So, Dak Prescott in a shotgun formation with Williams to his left. 3:11 left to go in the second quarter. Got a fly right there. Now we're pushing 3 minutes left to go. Dak drops back to pass. Quick throw to CeeDee Lamb, who's going to get to about the 12-yard line. And it's going to be, actually I was going to say is incomplete. So, incomplete is going to be second down and 10. CeeDee Lamb agrees. I'm so ready for football. My day is over, and now I just get to relax and experience the relief of the offseason ending. Exactly. Like I said, we're back. We're better than ever. Dallas actually looks pretty good on offense. Like I said, granted, like I said, it would look better if they had Jaylen Carter. But, they're moving the ball. They're moving the ball against a pretty good Philly defense. So, 2:49 remaining second quarter, second down and 10. Dak Prescott in shotgun formation, drops back to pass. He's got time, throws across the middle, and picked up the air and pick. It was almost picked off by number 94, Byron Young. Oh, that was so close. It bounced off of CeeDee Lamb's hands. Actually, it was a great defense. It kind of like bounced off of, great defense by Dory Jackson, and so close. Byron Young almost had it. Finally, meaningful football. Exactly. He gave Dak a little hawk to it. Yes, unfortunately he did. All right, it's third down 2, 2:43 remaining in the second quarter. Still 14-14 tie. As soon as I was talking about the spit, then Dak also spit. Drop back to pass. He's got time. Got plenty of time. Throws for the end. Way out of bounds. That should not be a penalty. I'm sorry, but no. No, it was an uncatchable ball. He threw it way back out of the back of the end zone. He tried to throw it to George Pickens. Mitchell on a coverage. Let's see here. Last time, like I said, it was a little more touchy-feely, and no, Mitchell does a pretty good job. Like I said, he's not really. Yeah, he's not really doing too much. So Brandon Aubrey on for the field goal. It's going to be a 41-yard field goal for Brandon Aubrey. And kick is up, and kick is good. So it is going to be 17-14, 2:34 left to go in the second quarter. Where is that? Yeah, hopefully my Georgia D lineman can have some more class and not get us unnecessary penalties. I think you're asking a little too much, Emmanuel. Always a linebacker still. Imagine if Dallas doesn't trade Micah and pay him early like an actual good team. Yeah, no, okay, that's the thing. Actually, let me read this one. That's the last one. He's gonna move like a linebacker, but pass the rusher like a D lineman. For the Micah Parsons trade, here's the thing I don't understand. There's a lot of things I don't understand. But the same is the thing with like the Brian Burns trade, where in one instance I can understand from Fitterer's perspective, but then if you make a decision, you have to actually, make a decision, not be indecisive. So in the Brian Burns situation, where you had the trade compensation that wouldn't be for this year, but wouldn't been for like the year they offered it, would have been for that next year and the next year after that. Yes, I understand not taking that deal because of the fact that you had to wait until you got extra compensation, so it wouldn't help your team right then and there, and there's no shot for you to be able to actually keep your job. However, if you decide to not take the deal, then you should sign him, and we did it, and then it put Dan Morgan in a bad spot. Basically, he got less money because of it. In the Micah Parsons trade, you could have signed him early. Because you did it, then you have to make a decision. You had to make a decision where you said that you had been talking about it since March. That's the thing that takes me off. As soon as Jerry said that they have been talking since March, so you're telling me that since March all the way until August, that you have had multiple conversations. It's been a long saga, but you've had conversations about trying to get a deal done. If you did not feel that you were going to get a deal done in April, guess what you could have done? You could have tried to trade for him, have some trade rumors, see what you possibly could have gotten on the actual day close to the draft, because then you could actually use these picks. Now, if the Packers have a semi-decent year, you aren't going to have good quality picks. That's the thing that I don't understand. Yes, first-round picks are impactful. However, the situation you're in right now, unless you as a team bottom out, you still need to have high-quality picks. Because, yes, you have a talented roster, but it's not as talented as a lot of people want to say it is. So you need a lot of help. What is going on right now with my TV while I'm ranting? You need help. And if you hit in the first round, then sure. But it's not a guarantee that you're going to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do well. Yes, the last 3 drafts you've drafted really quality offensive linemen. Like Todd Burke looks pretty good right now, but you still need help. Okay, now we're back. It's 2026. All right. For so long to ultimately trade, and then sure, I think Kenny Clark is a great addition because you need a presence in the interior, but you have that. Your 2 first-round picks are more than like, oh, golly, got absolutely lit up to the 20-yard line. But your 2 first-round picks are going to be, at bare minimum, 20. More than likely close to 24, possibly 26, but more than likely to be like 24, 26 for the next 2 seasons, unless, the Packers go on a little bit of a run. Sure, you can get good players, but it's still a kind of a crapshoot. It depends on the position you're looking for. It depends on the type of draft class that you have. And, I just don't... It just still baffles me. It still baffles me. So, from the 19-yard line, Philly has all 3 timeouts, 2:29 left to go in the second quarter, 17-14. Jalen Hurts is going to hand the ball to Saquon Barkley off to the left side. He's going to break through and get up to about the 23-yard line for a nice 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6. Clock is running. Hopefully Philly can get one more play. But yeah, the Mike it's just it's not that you traded him, it's when you traded him, and it's the fact that you went on this whole tour of you were fair, and then it comes out how you were not fair, and you were basically trying to blackball Micah. That's the thing that takes me off, because it's you're not sending the right message to your team. You're not sending the right message if you're going to lie about how the contract negotiations actually went. That's the thing that takes me off. Because Jerry should know better. He should know, yes, at the same time, he wants to be in the limelight. He wants the Dallas Cowboys name to be discussed, and he thinks that any publicity is good publicity. However, you have the fan perspective. We also have the player perspective. It is not going to help out your players if they feel like you're going to drag me through the mud because of a contract situation. And yeah, you can say that some people in the locker room might have wanted Micah gone. Sure. But one of the things I'm also going to say is the fact of like what you were able to see from Jordan Phillips, who was on Dallas Cowboys, and now he went to be on the Bills. He was just on Hard Knocks, and he was talking about the fact that uh, the way that it is at other places are not the way that it is at Buffalo. So the fact that you have I'm trying to watch the trailer for the new Jordan Peele movie, the Him movie. Sorry, but the fact that he's talking about the fact that he just came back from the Dallas Cowboys, where it's just a business to some people, so they don't hang out, they don't do any kind of that stuff, no bonding experiences. Like that's how you have winning teams because you have winning culture because you have actual guys who care about each other. So that's where like I'm a little concerned about the fact that what he said even with Michael Parsons leaving, if like you have like a really like kind of like tarnished locker room, especially if like they start to see like how like this how Jerry's gonna interact with everybody, it's not gonna be good for your culture, regardless of how much the Dallas Cowboys gets talked about in the media. It's not good for you. Yes. Anyway, sorry about that. The pendulum is tipping to have Dallas as the terrible team yearly hosting the Thanksgiving game instead of Detroit. That is what's hilarious too, because Detroit is turning into I want to say a juggernaut because we need to see how they do this year, but a consistent team. Yes, they're turning a consistent team, the team that you want to watch, the team you want to root for, and Dallas, like I said, Dallas is basically the Dallas before Tom Landry. I don't want to say before Tom Landry, but before like they hit their heyday in the '70s. Like I said, before they went to the Super Bowls, because now it's just like they're not really they're talk of the town because it's Dallas, but it's not. It's just. Actually, I don't even know what I'm saying because Dallas was really Dallas until the '70s and '80s, so I was wrong about that. But the fact remains is that the Dallas is just they're not going to do anything. Like at the end of the day, that they're not going to do anything at all. It's unfortunate, but that's just the matter of fact that literally Dallas is going to do absolutely nothing year in year out until you prove the otherwise, and you can't. 3rd and 6 from the 23-yard line. Sorry about I didn't say about the previous play. I was kind of ranting a little bit, but 1:53 left to go in the first half. Takes a deep shot and it's going to go to Devontae. Oh no, that's number 2, right? Yes, that's Jahan Dotson. All the way down to the 30-yard line. 1st down 10 for the Eagles, and that is on. Is that on Deron Bland? That would be hilarious if it's on Deron. No, it's on Elam. Ah, that's hilarious. It's on Kyrie Elam. You traded for him, and he burned you again. All right, so 1st down and 10 from about the 20. That's hilarious. The 26-yard line. Jalen Hurts tries back to pass. He's going to dump it off. Oh wow, Butterfingers. Try to dump it off to Saquon Barkley, and he unfortunately dropped the ball. So 2nd down 10. It's actually better that he did drop it. He did drop the ball. So 2nd down 10, 1:16 remaining. All 3 timeouts for Philly. That's Kyrie Elam, man. Florida man. All right. So 2nd down 10. From the 26-yard line. Saquon Barkley to the right of Jalen Hurts. Draws back to pass. Is getting a little bit of pressure. Throws out to Saquon Barkley, who is going to make a man miss. Going to get up to the 20 and get out of bounds at the 18-yard line with 109 left to go. So 3rd down 2, 109. Like I said, Philly has all 3 timeouts, so I would be surprised they don't run here. Because they can run here, still have 3 timeouts, kind of have the clock kind of run down a little bit more. Also, Dak with this beard is kind of interesting because I haven't seen him with that look before. It's like a more defined mustache, more defined middle beard, and then the just straight beard right up here too. It looks good on him. I'll give him that. Looks good. All right, so 109, 3rd down 2 from the 18-yard line. Empty set, drops back to pass. A really high pass, and Saquon was able to catch the ball. I mean, that like Saquon's not 6'4". Come on, Jalen. So first down 10. 104 left to go in the second quarter. Still all three timeouts. If I'm Philly, I'm probably running the ball right here. Like so, you don't want to give too much time back to Dallas if you score, because Dallas still has two timeouts. So all right, so Jalen is shotgun formation, bunch to the right. Actually, not going to bring Dawson out wide. Saquon Barkley to his left. Drops back to pass. Jalen steps in the pocket, rolls out to his right, and is going to get the corner. Going to get up to about the 10-yard line. Is get pushed out of bounds, and that's going to be. No, they're not going to call a flag. Philly fans are looking for a flag, but they're not going to get it. I mean, he just kind of trucked into the camera guy though. It's Jalen running out. He's out of bounds. Yeah, it's not a push. Yeah, Clark not really pushes him. Hurts kind of going a little bit too fast, and then he runs into the camera guy. So 156 remaining in the second quarter. Second down and 5 from about the 10-yard line. Jalen Hurts with Saquon Barkley to his left. Going to be a handoff Saquon, who's going to jet up into the 5, down to the 10. 10. Down to the goal line for a touchdown. So Saquon Barkley with his third. Oh, there's a fight going on. It's getting really chippy. It is getting really chippy. All right, so Saquon a touchdown once again, and it's gonna make it 21-17. So Dickerson with a nice little cut, and then I think that's actually Devontae Smith with a great catch as well. What's up, Zoe? Like I said, hey, Denver Broncos Sunday night. Sunday. I think it's gonna be a really easy game for you against Tennessee. I don't want to jinx anything, but enjoy your Sunday. Like I said, have probably your first win, first of many wins of the 2025 season. So kick is up, kick is good. So it is 21-17, 51 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Now Dallas has been able to move the ball with 2 timeouts, 50 seconds remaining. You could possibly get in field goal range and make it a one point game. But Zoe, in case you didn't see earlier, Jaylen Carter is out. He is disqualified. He is suspended from the game because he spit on Dak Prescott within 6 seconds of the game. I didn't watch it because I came in a little bit later, but that's what's kind of wild. Exactly. This is division football. This is Saints versus Buccaneers kind of level of hatred. I mean, like I said, I love division football because it's the same. It seems like the feeling I have for rivalry weekend for like college football. Same exact thing where you have there's a lot of a lot of bad blood, especially because of the fact that you have these guys who play each other in high school sometimes carries over into college, or who said what on social media to each other, whatnot. I like that. I like the aspect. Especially if you experienced it yourself. You might have experienced it yourself in high school too, of just like rivalries with your own school. So I like to see division football. I like to see a little chippiness. Now, I like seeing chippiness, not stupidity. Chippiness is fine. Stupidity is another thing. Like trying to get a late hit out of bounds. That I think is stupid. But chippiness, I like chippiness. Like little push and shoving, a little here. Being like, I got you all night. That kind of stuff. That's good. But getting a 15-yard penalty after a good play, no. Whew. I also want to say this because I don't know how it's going to be as the game progresses. But I am running on 4 hours of sleep plus a 10-minute nap. So, I am very tired. So, what does that mean? I'm probably going to be a little bit loopy by the end of this game. So, I wanted to make a warning because I can already feel it right now because I am on my last sip of sweet tea that I made, and I don't have anything else. So, I'm already feeling it a little bit. I was feeling it a lot while I was teaching because I was like, goodness gracious, I'm a little tired. But so pretty much after the game is over, I'm probably going to end the stream because I definitely need to get me some good sleep. So it's returned. It's touching the 5-yard line. This is bad. 5, 10, spin move, and gets down to the 11-yard line. Turpin tried. Like I said, I like the fact that we have, actually being a little bit smarter, not smarter on the kickoff, but like making it hard for them to return. He muffs it at the 5, and now they get down to the 11-yard line. So now Dallas has about 40-something seconds. They still have 2 timeouts, but they got to make it basically the whole entire field just to get into field goal range. All right, so from the 12-yard line, 44 seconds remain. Trips to the left. We're not actually going to move CeeDee Lamb in motion. Dak Prescott drops back to pass. Throws for CeeDee Lamb, and it's going to be incomplete. Try to get to Bennett. Oh, yeah, Bennett. And that's going to be, unfortunately, a flag. I think he got a little bit of tug there. Yeah, I think Bennett, pass interference on Bennett. So that's going to be an easy first down, 40 seconds for the Cowboys. Goodness gracious. All right, so Bennett, let's see here. Yepers, that is definitely, got a little tug right there. All right, so from the 21-yard line, 40 seconds remain. 2 timeouts for Dallas. You're going to have Javonte Williams to the left of Dallas, Dak Prescott. He's going to drop back to pass. About a 5-step drop. Going to dump it off. Not a smart decision. Tight end gets it. And there's a flag. There's a flag. Is it a hold? Oh, roughing the passer. Hold up a second. I did not see that. Roughing the passer on Nolan Smith. Let's see. Oh, yep, hit him in the head. Can't be doing that, dude. Can't be doing that. I mean, like I said, that's free. That's free. That's free yards. That's free yards. So 34 seconds remain for Dallas. Now they're up to the 41-yard line. The clock is stopped because of the penalty. And they still have 2 timeouts. So like I said, Dallas can easily get in field goal range for Brandon Aubrey. And with like this, like I said, really good field position, still 2 timeouts, there's a chance they can have a touchdown drive here. Dak in shotgun formation, drops back to pass. Has got time, throws to the right side, and time remaining, second down and about 6 with 27 seconds remaining. So that means they're on about the 47-ish yard line. About, roughly. All right, so a little TV timeout talking about Amazon. All right, so from the, I think it's the 45-yard line. Let's see. Yeah, from the 45-yard line, 1 timeout, 27 seconds. Trips to the left, and you got running back to his right. Dak drops back to pass, and he's got time, throws off to the left side, get out of bounds. You got 1 yard. You got 1 yard. All right, so third down and 5, 20 seconds remain. Well, I mean, like I said, Brandon Aubrey has a leg on him, but right now you're not in his field goal range. I mean, you can attempt if you would like, but I would say no. All right, so from the 46-yard line of Dallas, Dak in a shotgun formation with Williams to his left. Drops back to pass, throws, and it's going to be caught, by George Pickens up to the 45-yard line. And clock is running. 13, 12, 11, 10. I think they're just going to call a timeout. Yep. Okay, so 15 seconds instead of 8 seconds. Okay, that's fine. So 15 seconds. Dallas has 0 timeouts. So if anything's going to be anything close to the sideline, you could take a shot. If okay, that's what I'm trying to think. You're at the 45-yard line. You're actually right at Brandon Aubrey's kicking range. So do you try to take a shot and try to see if you can get a penalty? You could try. Philly takes his first timeout. That's so good. That's good. All right. So, still 17 Dallas, 21 Philadelphia. 15 seconds at the 45-yard line for Dallas. No timeouts. Dak in shotgun formation with Javonte Williams to his left. Draws back to pass. Quickly throws to CeeDee Lamb, who's down at the 35-yard line. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and snap. And guess what is it going to be at about the 30? Actually, it's about the 35-yard line. So 3 seconds remain, and Brandon Aubrey on for what would this be? Probably a 55-yarder? Yeah, no, not 55. It's like a 51-yarder. 53. 53-yard field goal. Brandon Aubrey on the right side to make it a 1-point game. And timeout for Philly. I mean, if you're Dallas and you're able to get this field goal, you're only down by 1. Yeah, Philly gets the ball back, but I mean, you're well within this game. They technically have not stopped you. They stopped you. They made you have to kick field goals, but like they have not stopped you yet. Technically, no one's been stopped yet. No punt's been happened. So, 53-yard field goal attempt for Brandon Aubrey. Snap, hold, kick is up, and kick is going to be good. So, going into halftime, it will be Philly 21 and Dallas 20. Like I said, this has been a pretty good game so far. Like I said, it would be even more interesting if you had maybe Micah Parsons, and also been better if you have Jaylen Carter. But 1-point game, like I said, it can be anybody's game. I'm really excited to see how this game continues to go. Like I said, if you're a Dallas fan, I think you're pretty happy. Let me actually see what Dallas fans are saying right now. Let's see here. Let's do Cowboys. Wanna be a cowboy? Okay, let's see here. Wow. Okay. In the first half, 393 yards combined, 29 first downs combined, 41 points combined, 0 punts. Looking pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so let's see here. People are just saying defense step up, obviously. What is this? This actually looks like a good tweet. What did you say? Let's see. Let's see what the people are saying on the X, on the Twitter. Actually, no, that's not what I thought it was. Not a good one. Cowboys 2026 mock draft edge into interior offensive defensive line, edge interior defensive line. I don't know about that. Eagles have 216 of offense with 123 rushing yards. The defense has given up 170 yards and a bunch of penalties for more yards. Um, yeah, like I said, it's a good job by Dallas to be able to get in the field goal range with, like I said, really, really hard spot. I mean, you think about the fact that you had backed up at your own 11-yard line, able to get into field goal range. Yeah, I think you're feeling pretty good. Hope Aubrey scores some more. Really need to hit that fantasy help. I mean, you do get a 50. Let's see, 53-yarder, and then what's the other one he had? Like a 30-something yarder. So doing pretty good so far. Doing pretty good. I have. Let's see. I know I have Chris Boswell in one of my fantasy leagues, and then I think I have Jake Bates as the other one. Yeah, I think Jake Bates is in my other league. But I thought about getting Aubrey. I had Aubrey 2 years ago. Yeah. I had Aubrey 2 years ago. He was really good for me. The only reason why I made sure I got Boswell this year is because Luke got Boswell last year, and Luke won several weeks because Boswell would have like an amazing game, like 30 plus points, which is ridiculous. Because, I mean, then again, it's also with the Steelers' offense, so. Has anyone ever seen Twisted Metal? It's the Peacock show. I remember when it came out, like, I don't know, was it the movie that came out? It's got, what's his face from We Are Marshall, and I don't know why We Are Marshall is the first one I thought of, Anthony Mackie. The one who plays the Falcon. I said We Are Marshall. We Are Marshall is a good movie, but that's just I just realized like that was the first one that I thought of. And the girl from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I still haven't watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I want to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's on my list, but I have a lot of stuff on my list to watch. That's so wild. Like I said, just you spit right in front of the ref, like right in front of the ref. All right, let's check some things. Let me actually look at stats, like individual stats. All right, so as far as the stats for this game, come on, hurry. We're waiting. Okay, so Dak Prescott's 12 for 17, not too bad, 127. Like I said, they've been helped out a little bit by some penalty yards, but for the most part, like I said, pretty good game. Javonte Williams, he has 4.2 yards per carry. He has 2 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 4 for 86, still kind of amazing right there. No sacks for Dallas. And then nope. Don't want to go to YouTube. Nope. Thank you. I hate when that happens when you're about to tap on something and then like Safari or Google will like readjust, and so you clicked on the wrong thing. Now I'm like, no, I meant to click on this, and it's like, no, you meant to click on this. Jalen Hurts is efficient, 9 for 11 for 94 yards, 93 yards. Hoping to kind of get that up a little bit more, but evenly spread carries. I mean, not evenly spread carries, but like. Saquon Barkley's 10 for 49, so 4.9. You got Jalen Hurts 6 for 48 for 8 yards carry. Then you got Will Shipley, that's 3 for 26. So like I said, getting a little bit breather for Saquon Barkley, not really overworking too much. I think that's pretty good. And Dawson had that one bomb, and then like I said, Dallas Goedert for a tight end, 4 catches for 24 yards. That's pretty good. And no sacks. But like I said, I'm really in love with this game right now. Let's see here. I got top tier kickers and defensive special teams. Aubrey in 2 leagues, Boswell in the other. Vikings, Texans, Eagles. I think that's good, especially Texans could be up there, especially with sacks. I think obviously you have Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter up there and getting pressures. Hopefully, kind of converts into more sacks. Derek Stingley's probably gonna get a lot of interceptions this year, so that's good. Vikings, like I said, I think they're the same thing, going to get a lot of sacks this year, especially with the blitz packages that Brian Flores comes up with. Interceptions, I don't really know about that. And then Eagles, like I said, Eagles. I still like the Eagles, but I'm very concerned about the Eagles' depth, especially on the defensive line, and it's kind of showing right now with not having Jaylen Carter right now. Obviously, there's more that can be there. That's to it. But the fact that like I said, one of my concerns for the for Philadelphia coming in was the fact that outside of the fact that you had Jaylen Carter and you had Jordan Davis, I'm not the biggest fan of Moro Ojomo. Byron Young, I'm okay on, but I'm not like oh yay Byron Young. So I'm interested to see how it goes. I'm interested to see how it goes. But I took them high, but by the 10th round, I didn't like the normal guys. Okay, that makes sense. So you take some swings for sure. 20th year for what is this? 20th year for the Sunday Night Football? I guess so. Okay. Like I said, I'm excited for that game. I'm excited to stream the Ravens at Bills. That's gonna be a great game. Honestly, I'm really excited just for like the Sunday slated game. So like I said, I am streaming the Steelers versus Jets. That's the early game. Packers versus Lions. Bills versus Ravens. And then you've got Monday night game is Vikings versus the Bears. Like I said, I already said before, but I'm also streaming the Friday night game. So there's that too. Goodness gracious. Ooh, my leg is getting a little bit tired. All right. Ooh, I'm getting a little. I have a feeling I'm about to burp, and I didn't want to burp in the microphone. So I'm like, but like I said, this is a pretty good game so far. The Chargers and Chiefs game, it's not that I'm concerned it's not going to be a good game. I just know that from what we watched last year in Brazil, is there going to be some slipping and sliding going on? Because it's not going to be a ruiner of the game, but it is something that you'll be watching and be like, we shouldn't be slipping and sliding as much. But I'm excited. I'm excited for it to be in Sao Paulo. Like I said, I'm really excited for. I'm excited for the possibility of like more and more international games because I think like ultimately I get what the NFL is trying to do, trying to expand its influence into other markets. That's fine, as long as I make it accessible. Like the YouTube thing, that's accessible for everyone. Like I like that fact that if you're trying to do it to more more markets, then YouTube is probably your best bet. Like. You can get YouTube for everything. You don't have to really pay for YouTube. Like, obviously, you have YouTube Premium. There's that. But, like, you can have everyone be able to watch what you want to watch. And then, even more so, it's like, I'm very interested to see how exactly for the YouTube game, how many viewers are we actually going to have? Because, like, with the fact that people have, like, the TV and they're going to have like their streaming options and whatnot for like the certain games. How many people are actually going to be watching the Chiefs versus Chargers on YouTube? Because like I don't know, I'm just really excited to see how the game goes. I'm excited to see how the game goes. It's also interesting too. Like they have the I can't remember his name. But the paramedic guy you see on YouTube is like the stuff I've seen as a paramedic. He's got a Walmart commercial now. Like he had a Walmart commercial. Charlie Barons and the You Betcha guy, Dude Dad, and I'm trying to think of the other guy, but like the ones who did the Target husbands YouTube video, they had a Target commercial like either a year or two ago. It's kind of interesting that YouTubers are getting actual commercials. It's, like I said, not just like a sponsorship, but like an actual commercial. That's I think it's kind of cool. think it's kind of cool. Peacock. Stream me now. I would get NFL Sunday Ticket because I do want to stream Panthers games, but I have no money. So maybe next year. Maybe next year when I have a little more money, when I have a little more of a savings. All my money had to go into. What didn't have to go into, but all my money had to go into basically since the end of June. I have saved up money that I've been paying rent, paying expenses, and not getting paid. So I've paid. I obviously paid everything in July, but paid everything in July, everything in August, almost everything in September. All I got to do is pay for my internet. That's not coming until the middle of the month, so I'm kind of waiting a little bit. But saved enough money to pay for all that, just so that I can make sure that my next check is not going to be like $400 less than what it would be. Just because I want to make sure I have I have the most possible money that I have per month. And so, wait, Jaylen Carter is the first player after a Super Bowl winning team to be ejected in the season opener. That's kind of wild. But anyways, so like I said, I want to pay for things to kind of make this channel a little bit better, but I don't have the money to do so. So it would be more like me doing for next year or something like that, to put more money into this channel. And like I said, because like I said, it's more of like a second thing for me. I don't really see it as a job. I see it more as a hobby that I love to do that other people like to watch. That I'm not monetized yet, so I haven't gotten the subscribers numbers. And like I said, it's just like a creative outlet for me. So I kind of like that fact. So Philadelphia returns up to the 25 and up to about the 27-yard line. So it'll be first down 10 for Philly at the 27-yard line. Like I said, it's 21-20. Philly hopefully able to score here. I mean, technically neither team's been stopped yet, so never know. My computer's getting really hot. Like that's the other thing too. Like I said, I need to get me a new computer. I gotta wait till my birthday though, so I can get a little bit of a break, which is crazy. It's kind of coming up soon. So from the 28-yard line, bunch to the right. Jalen Hurts rolls out to his right. Is going to throw for Dallas Goedert for once again with his fifth catch of the day. Nice gain there, about 4 yards. Be second down and 6. I think that's Jack Sanborn with a tackle. Yes, it is. Goodness gracious. All right, so second down and 5 to that 5-yard gain by Dallas Goedert. We got Jalen Hurts that's going to be in shotgun formation. 2 tight ends to the right. Saquon to the left. Going to send Devontae Smith into motion. Drops back a pass. And Jalen Hurts is going to throw Dallas Goedert, who's going to make a man miss, get the first down, and down to the 39-yard line. First down 10 after a gain of 6. Like I said, Dallas Goedert is kind of like, here and there, here and there, here and there, here and there. 6 receptions so far. It's a pretty good game for him. Like 30-something yards. Pretty good. All right, so first down 10 for the 39-yard line. Jalen Hurts in shotgun formation. Going to send Devontae Smith into motion. Rolls out to his right, throws to Devontae Smith, and Devontae Smith gets kind of blown up there by Elam, but nice gain about 3 yards there. Second down 7. 13:30 left to go in the third. Whew. So I have a little bit of headache. All right. So second down 7. 13 left to go in the third quarter. 21-20. Jalen Hurts in the shotgun formation with Saquon Barkley to his right. Actually, now they're in a pistol formation. Saquon Barkley behind him. Run to the left, going to cut back inside, going to get the first down up to the 50-yard line, continue to go up to about the 46, and before he stopped. So, first down 10 at the 46-yard line for Saquon Barkley. Did you see the Broncos re-signed Nick Benito today? Yes, I did. Like I said, that was the 4-year, the 4-year re-signing. From what I saw, it was like a lot of incentive based. Like I said, Nick Benito, he's the leader of your defense. I like the fact you're still investing. I wouldn't be surprised if next year you're probably focusing a little more on offense in the draft, with still some key pieces here and there. But I really like the Broncos this year. I know it's not really a hot take, but I like the Broncos this year. Handoff to number 29. He's going to get up to the 40, up to about the first down marker. I think it'll be short, just a tad short. Who is 29? Oh, it's A.J. Dillon. Oh, my gosh. I didn't even recognize him. A.J. Dillon, number 29 for the Eagles. That's crazy. I bet he felt very bonita after that. Come on, Emmanuel. I really wanted to use it. That's fine. That's good. You be as corny as you want to be. 11:35 to go in the third quarter. Second down to 1. Might be another handoff to A.J. Dillon here. Going to send A.J. Brown in motion over to the right. Going to be a handoff to A.J. Dillon, who is going to barely get the first down. And, yeah, barely gets first down. No worries. I'm a fan of puns. Who isn't? Landon Dickerson kind of came up a little bit limp, but he's good. I think it's his hip. I think he got hit in the hip. I think he actually got speared in the hip by A.J. Dillon. But first down for Philly. Philly is making its way on down the line. All right, so from the 36-yard line, going to be another handoff, and that's going to be to A.J. Dillon, who gets by the line of scrimmage. That's going to be it. So, second down 10 for Philadelphia. And Saquon Barkley checks back in. Like I said, I like the fact that Philly is giving Saquon a little more breather. Sometimes going to be sometimes Will Shipley, sometimes A.J. Dillon. Like I said, kind of keep him fresh for the rest of the season. Goodness. All right. 8:15 left to go in the third quarter. Still 21-20. Second down 10 for the 36-yard line. Saquon Barkley to the right of Jalen Hurts. Going to send A.J. Brown into motion over to the right. We need to get A.J. Brown engaged at least. We got a little bit of a trouble brewing, and it's going to be a sack all the way back to the 44-yard line. Great job. Really great blitz by Dallas right there. And that's who is that? Nealon with the sack. And it's going to make a third down and about like 17. So we're at that 36-yard line. No, it's going to be like third down and 18. Either way, fantastic contract for everyone involved. Exactly. Generational weapon for the great pass rusher below that top tier for pass rushers. All around, I think it's great for y'all. I agree. Like I said, it still gives you enough money that you're able to, re-sign other players too. Quick little pass to Dotson up to the 40-yard line. That's it. So it'll be fourth and forever. Let's see if Philly can tack on a field goal. Like, I think the other thing too that's good is Detroit, Denver having a really, really wealthy owners, giving you potential for you to be able to actually pay out like large sums of money. Same thing like that Philadelphia did. Now their Philadelphia, how they did is a little bit different, but being able to pay in cash and not having like kind of get your cap has kind of been helpful. 58-yard field goal, and it is long enough, and it is good. So Philadelphia makes it 24-20. 8:30 left to go in the third quarter, and Jake Elliott with the great 58-yard field goal. Ooh, goodness. I remember the trade rumors for him in the offseason before this one. Some mid-round pick for him to the Falcons. Side could have been. Yeah, they'd never get a mid-round pick. I mean, Nick Benito was a mid-round pick. Rumors are rumors for a reason. A lot of times they're not true. And I I would be very surprised if Nick Benito had gone for a mid-round pick. Maybe like a second-round pick and a fourth-round pick, and then a sixth-round pick, like 3 picks, maybe. Um, but like I said, you don't have that kind of compensation. You have the compensation, but you're not going to give that compensation up. You already gave up your first-round pick. Totally agree. I knew we re-signed him, but it's very nice to have it taken care of. Exactly. I said you get taken before the season starts. Now all you got to do is worry about ball. You're secure. That's the reason why you re-sign before a season starts. You don't have to worry about it. Like I said, oh my gosh. I was so glad the Panthers were able to re-sign Taylor Moton because now we don't have to worry about it. Like I said, we still have him for at least the next 3 years. We have Ikem Ekwonu, who more likely is going to get paid in a little bit. He's not going to be asked. I don't think he's going to be asking that much. I mean, he's going to get paid like a left tackle, but he's not going to be paid like Tristan Wirfs or something like that. But like I said, I am excited for the Panthers. I'm glad that we re-signed him. I'm glad that I was actually talking this earlier with my friend Nick. Talking about how he was talking because he's a Patriots fan. Talking about Christian Gonzalez. I still can't believe that Emmanuel Ford was taken before Christian Gonzalez. But I was talking about the fact of people getting paid, like Patrick Surtain got paid, and I was happy that not only that Patrick Surtain got paid, but I was happy that the Panthers signed J.C. Horn when we did because Patrick Surtain got paid, Sauce Gardner got paid, Derek Seeley got paid, Trent McDuffie's gonna get paid. So that's what I'm saying is that's why I'm really really happy about the fact that we were able to sign J.C. Horn when we did. No Titan, Colt, Saint, Bear, or Panther made it to the NFL's top 100 players list. It's okay. It's one of those things where I'm I think that J.C. Horn should have made it in. I'm surprised that Chuba didn't make it in. But at the same time, it's the players, so some players just didn't play against us. So, Dice return. Oh, he's cutting back. 30. And he had a 30-yard line. That's fine. So about the 29-yard line is Jalen Tolbert, and that's where the Cowboys are going to start. Only players from our teams can get some extra motivation going to the season with snub. I mean, if you think about was it Jalen Johnson, his comments about Aaron Rodgers last year, and now Aaron Rodgers only played 4 snaps and he was the top 100, and he wasn't. Like I said, every single year, the NFL top 100, I still like it because it's what the players do, but at the same time, you're this person made it in? Okay. Handoff to Javonte Williams, nice little chop block right there, and gets up to about the 35, 36 yard line. So nice gain there, about 7 yards. So second down, about 3. About 8:05 to go in the third quarter. But yeah, I do kind of wonder this. I wonder if players are more upset by the fact that they didn't get Pro Bowls, or that their own peers don't think they're a top 100 player. So, handled by Javonte Williams, who's going to get about 1.5 yards. So, I'll say about third down, about 2. That's what the Cowboys thought. Glad it worked out for y'all, too. LOL. Bijan got 63rd in the league. The disrespect, the second best running back in the league, will not be tolerated. Yeah, no, he got 63, and then there was one that I saw in there was somebody in the 40s that I was they should not be that high. But yeah, third down and 1 for Dallas. Dak under center, Williams in the backfield. Gonna send tight end in motion over to the left. Gonna be a pitch, and he's got way too much room. Williams gets the first down all the way up to the 40-yard line. Great job by Williams there. He's having an amazing game so far. And that's first down 10 for Dallas, down by 4 with 6:52 left to go in the third quarter. But yeah, there was somebody else that also got way too hot. I'm trying to remember who it was. I'll look at it at the commercial break because I can't think of it off the top of my head. But 6:37 left to go in the third quarter. Still 24 for Philadelphia, 20 to Dallas, and Dallas is driving down the field. There have been no punts so far this game. Dak Prescott in the shotgun formation, drops back to pass, fakes a little shot, goes deep, and that's going to be, oh, golly. Great job at number 30 there, Campbell. Oh, that's Campbell with a great deflection. But that safety, like, went right into the back of that tight end. And he's kind of shaken up. That is Brown. That's Sidney Brown, the other Brown from Illinois. And he's a little bit shaken up. Like I said, he hard hit that tight end. That tight end was down for a little bit too. I like the play. Like I said, you kind of fake the screen, and then you throw it to the middle. But like I said, it's a great play by Campbell there. Bijan is so good. I'm excited to see what he does this year. I agree. Like I said, I'm excited to see. Is that a Tron? Yes, it is. It's a Tron trailer with the NFL with Saquon Barkley. Okay. And he does the backward. He does the backwards jump. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's right. I'm doing the NFL Top 100. Top 100. Okay, let me just see a list. Show me the list. There we go. All right, so Saquon number 1, Lamar number 2, Josh Allen number 3. That makes sense. Jamar Chase number 4, good. Patrick Mahomes number 5. Joe Burrow number 6. Derrick Henry number 7. Myles Garrett number 8. Justin Jefferson number 9. Patrick Surtain number 10. Like I said, I'll move Patrick Surtain a little bit more because, like I said, Defensive Player of the Year, had an amazing year. Still top 10. T.J. Watt number 11. Chris Jones absolutely should be higher, number 12. Penei Sewell, 13, I like that. Trey Hendrickson, number 14. Jared Goff, 15. Fred Warner, 16. Dexter Lawrence, still very good. I don't know if 17. I think 17 is a little bit high. Derek Stingley had an amazing season at 18. Jalen Hurts at 19. Amon-Ra St. Brown at 20. Jaden Daniels at 21. Max Crosby at 22. I think that's a little bit too high. I love Max Crosby. That's a little bit too high. Lane Johnson, 23. That's pretty fair. Brock Bowers at 24. I mean, yeah, he broke records, so I guess that makes sense. But 24 is really high for a rookie, especially not a quarterback. Danielle Hunter, 25. That makes sense. Zach Bond, 26. 27, Jahmyr Gibbs. Tristan Wirfs. A.J. Brown. Xavier McKinney at 30. I'll continue after this. Handoff to Sanders, who is going to get up to 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, and Zach Bond's trying to rip the ball out, and unfortunately he gets down to the 10-yard line. Miles Sanders, former Carolina Panther and former Philadelphia Eagles, all the way down to about the 11-yard line. Follow his blockers, follow Tyler Smith and Cooper Beebe. And like I said, great job there. And then basically it's a sprint between him and Zach Bond. Oh my gosh. Blankenship got thrown by Terrence Steele. So I gotta pause this. So hold up a second. All right, so first down 10 from the 11-yard line. Dak Prescott in a shotgun formation. Going to be another handoff to Miles Sanders, who is going to get about 3 or 4. Uh-oh, flag. I think it's going to be a little bit of a hold. Oh, that's right. I know what it was. All right, what's the flag on? I think it's hold, though. Oh, shoot. Okay, yeah. George Pickens. Bud. I don't know why I keep on saying Bud, but you can't be doing that. And then you kind of act like you're like, oh, well, what do I do? I do nothing. That's so dumb. So, it was first and 10 from 11. Guess what it is right now? It's 1st and 22 because of a stupid penalty. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind chippiness, but the stupid penalties, no. Empty set from about the 23-yard line because George Pickens wants to be stupid. Dak sets drop back to pass, takes a shot, and it's going to be for, oh man, almost a touchdown to number 87, Schoonmaker. Unfortunately, now it's 2nd and 22. Zach Bond on with the pass coverage. The one that I was thinking of was C.J. Stroud at 39. Yes, C.J. Stroud had a decent year, but I think 39 is a little bit too high, especially because he didn't have the best year. I mean, he's above Deion Dawkins, who had an amazing season. Will Anderson definitely had a better season than C.J. Stroud. I understand he's a quarterback, but all right. So 2nd down at 22, 5:02 remaining in the third quarter. Dak Prescott drops back to pass and is going to just incomplete pass. Try to get to Williams, but that was a terrible throw. So 3rd down and 22. It's just, maybe George Pickens, you shouldn't have done what you did. It was 1st and goal from the 11. It was a 4-yard carry. And, maybe you shouldn't have done it. Maybe you shouldn't have done it. That was the only one I could really remember. That was, egregious. Budda Baker being kind of high, but then he was second-team All-Pro. I think that's a little bit wrong, but it's not bad. All right, so 3rd and 22. Dak Prescott throws across the middle, and it's going to be for, that's a flag. Yeah, that's a flag. Oh, my gosh, he almost killed him. He's got to go concussion protocol. That was a hit. Ferguson got absolutely obliterated by Blankenship. I think they're going to try to call targeting on this. Unnecessary roughness. He almost catches the ball, and then, this unnecessary roughness. Okay, here's the thing. Now that I'm kind of thinking about it, I don't know about that, but Ferguson got absolutely lit up. So now it's 1st down and 10 thanks to the penalty. So now just wipe away the stupid penalty by George Pickens. 4:52 left to go in the third quarter. Still 24 Philadelphia, 20 to Dallas. Dallas is driving, no punts yet, but 2 field goals for Dallas. Going to be a handoff to Sanders, who's going to get about 3. And fumbles the ball. Oh, my gosh. No way. Was he down? Nope, he was not. That's a fumble. And Philadelphia has the ball. Oh, my gosh. That sucks. Oh, my goodness. Oh, goodness. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, sorry. So, Zoe, what happened? George Pickens, instead of blocking, what he did was he basically grabbed around Blankenship and then ripped him down, and then kind of was just stood here and basically Reed Blankenship was the one that was in the wrong. Oh, they did a tush push. That's nice. Travis Kelce got 37, way too high for me. Budda Baker got 35, and I don't get it because Bates more, but I'm biased. Like I said, I think Jesse Bates was better. As I think it was just because Budda Baker was the guy for the Cardinals defense. He had 94, he had 95 tackles and whatnot, but I still think that he does not deserve the second-team All-Pro. Speaking of PS2 contract, that's why I'm so happy we signed Asia Terrell at 4-year, $80 million. Like I said, that was a great contract. It got beat so quickly, but goodness gracious. But he locked down just like the wide receiver he covers. As why I want Arthur Blank to give Drake London a blank check. I don't care how much he's earned every last nickel and dime and then some with how the quarterback room has been. True. Let's see. With the fact that Drake is going to be the number 1, you already have your number 2 locked up for the next 2 seasons. I think you have with Darnell Mooney the next 2 seasons. So I think that that's going to be the next one is getting Drake London paid. I don't know your cap situation though, but I think you're still fine. Yeah, like I said, George Pickens. Hate both these teams. That's understandable. The director. Like I said, there's not a. I don't want to say I hate any teams. I strongly dislike teams, but I don't really hate any teams. I more so hate players. There's very little teams that I absolutely hate, but there are some players that I hate. Um, I love divisional football, absolutely. Oh, it's not cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So George Kittle with the Little Caesars. That's like I said. Oh, it's this weird commercial. Oh no, it's not the weird commercial. Okay, the weird commercial with the like little deer thing has like existential crisis. Whew. All right. Let's see what exactly are the Eagles saying. What are Eagles fans saying? After that fumble. Now we're in a weather delay. The game has been suspended with lightning in the area. Oh, come on. Actually, no, I don't want to say come on. All right, so now we are in a delay. I don't need this to be a delay, but I also want there to be safety. I mean, it's been like a really good game. So, Cap no Benito until Cousins leaves. Um, London is top five. Ooh, top 10 is pushing it. I would not say London is top five. But I'm kind of scared about how much he'll get. If it's like Garrett Wilson or slightly more, I'll call it a steal. Yeah, they're going back to the locker room. Crap. Okay. Okay. All right. So now, hopefully, it's not for too long. It also kind of sucks too. Is right after a turnover too. Okay. Yeah. See. I said I wouldn't say that London is a top five. I say top 10. I would say top 10, but I don't think he's top five. Um. I can't think of the last. I can't think of the last like primetime game that was in like a weather delay. Did Cowboys Eagles get suspended because of lightning? Yes. Lightning in the area. Like I said, this is kind of a common occurrence, especially if like it's like around the stadium. So now you have to kind of wait until there's no lightning within. I'm trying to remember what's the mileage. There's some kind of mileage. I can't remember exactly what it is. I'm trying to think back to the Auburn games that I've been to where we had to stop play because of lightning. Uh, I can't think of where it is. But yeah, unfortunately, they're in a lightning delay. Now, here's a real thing. I'm trying to think of exactly how I'm going to be talking for the next however long this is. But what about the commentators? Do you actually have like stuff prepared? Like, is this like a sub plan? Sub plan just in case something goes wrong or you gotta be out. You gotta be like, here you go. Looking at ESPN's top 10 wide receivers, Garrett Wilson is 10 and Mike Evans is 9. London clears both, so for me, easily top 8. Like I said, I think eight's fine. Like eight's good. I would say, let's see. Obviously, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson better. Amon-Ra St. Brown better. I'm kind of like going through right now the North teams. I'm just like kind of going through them to kind of see if there's anybody else that kind of think is better than Drake London. Definitely no one on the Browns. Bears, no. 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 Okay. South teams. No one on the Saints. No one on the Panthers. No one on. Well, let's say, like I said, you could say Mike Evans, but I still think I think Drake London is better than Mike Evans. Career wise, Mike Evans is a better career, but I mean that's AFC South. I would say Nico is better. I would say that Nico is better. Um, so Nico's better. No, no, no. Okay. Let's see. East teams. No Bills. No Patriots. I'm not sold on Tyreek Hill being a top 10 wide receiver anymore. Um, and no on the Jets. Because I think Garrett Wilson's like Garrett Wilson's like that 10 to 12. Um, and then NFC East, AJ Brown's better, who hasn't really done anything so far in this game. Um, CeeDee Lamb is better. Uh, I think Drake London's better than Terry McLaurin. And then Malik Neighbors still has to show. I don't try to rank highly like rookies, especially because you need to show me more. Yes, you can have a great rookie season, but you also need to show me more. And then West teams. Um, let's see. Ooh, no to the Cardinals. No to the Seahawks. Uh, no to the 49ers. Puka is kind of, like, so I'll think about Puka. Devontae Adams, kind of. So it's kind of debatable with him and Drake London. Um, and then AFC. Yep, no, I would say about 7 or 8. I think that's good. 7 or 8, depending on how you feel about Puka Nakua and how you feel about Devontae Adams. Like I said, with that Drake London. So that 7, 8, 9. Like I said, I think that's actually pretty fair. It's pretty fair. I swear Pittsburgh versus Dallas got line delay last year. That's possible. I can't remember. I can't remember for the life of me if that happened. Is Dallas performing better than you thought they would after trading away their best player? Defensively is kind of how I saw it was going to happen, but offensively, like the fact that you don't have Jaylen Carter, which obviously a huge letdown for Philadelphia, but oh yeah, you can see the lightning in the background. But the fact that you have your offense continues to run down the field after that turnover. That's the first time that you didn't score on any of your drives. Like I'm much more impressed with the way that the offense is running because, like I said, they're actually able to run the ball, and like I said, some of that has to do with the fact you don't have go against Jaylen Carter, but you're actually able to run the ball. Your offensive line looks really good. Tyler Booker, who I thought was be good, has even been more impressive than I thought. Like I said, it was his first game. So if I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, I'm looking at this offense and I'm like, our defense might not be good. Our defense might hold us back, and we might miss playoffs because of our defense. But I think that in the upcoming draft, there's a couple people that I'm looking at potentially for the Dallas Cowboys, depending on where they land. If they land in that sweet spot of like 12 to 14, I think there's a chance of like a Keldrick Falk from Auburn. Obviously, I'm an Auburn fan, but that wouldn't be too bad considering the fact that he's great against the run, absolutely outstanding against the run, big frame. He's shown so far. He's only been one game, but he's shown so far that he's got a better pass rush moves as well. He's 6'6", 285, and is like absolutely stout. Like I said, I love Keldrick Falk. It would be a nice dynamic to have, like say, because you don't have that bigger body dominating presence like you did with Lawrence anymore. So, like I said, I think you're definitely looking at defense for Dallas, but right now your offense is looking pretty good, and you're like, hey, this might not be an absolutely terrible year. Um, Tyreek Hill is a wash. The real Chiefs fan hate him. I would agree with that. It's not necessarily like he's totally washed to me. I just will also say that I just is that a Vegas commercial? Yes, it is. That's on Frederick Road. I know exactly where that is. Um, okay, sorry. I'm just flabbergasted by the Vegas ad. Where was I at? Oh, talking about Tyreek Hill. I like I said, he had a decent year last year, but I think it really depends on if Tua continues to stay healthy. To me, there's a real chance that like by the trade deadline, if the Dolphins are as bad as I think they're going to be, they trade Tyreek Hill. So let's see what happens there. But like there's a reason why I did not go after Tyreek Hill this year in fantasy at all. I'm just like no, I'm good. Dobie, they're easily blowing my expectations out of the water. Like I said, defense wise, no, defense has been looking pretty bad, but um, Hill is definitely in the twilight of his career. Maybe not washed, but he's on spin cycle. Exactly. That's what I said. Yeah, but I think the last primetime game to get rain delay and it was that much bowl. Tree made a video about. Oh, you're talking about the one in the 2007 one. Was that was that Dolphins and Pittsburgh Steelers, or was that Steelers and somebody else? But yeah, that was the one. I don't know. Maybe we're talking about something different. Either way, all three in Pennsylvania. The weather is no joke up there. I guess. Like I said, I want to go to Pennsylvania, but yeah, no. Lightning needs to be like taken seriously too because like I don't know if any of you have ever been in a lightning storm and have a lightning bolt strike right close by you. But one time I was around my church and I was walking down the alley like we have alleyways like this and then like a like little Spectrum store was right beside us and it was storming and I can't remember the reason why I was walking down the alley. But I was walking down the alley and there was a transformer that was right above me and the lightning struck the transformer and sparks flew and I was like I should not be out in the open. Let me go inside. And so I just like rushed inside because I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Um, but yeah, no, like I'm glad they're taking precautions just to be on the safe side. But I'm hoping that the lightning kind of gets out of the way. Um, where are we at? Oh yeah, either lose. Very nice, Adobe. This is exactly what I expect from defense led by him. That's fair. What's up, Luke? Future Texan. I'm gonna spam so I can get top XP. Very nice, Luke. I think you're still number three. Not Saquon. Nixon is washed. Nixon. Nixon? Like you're not talking about Richard Nixon. Games gone soft. Back in my day, they would have played through the weather. I mean, I do think it's kind of funny. I've thought about doing a video about it of like a lot of the back in my day because every single generation does that for every single like generation of football. Is like back in my day we didn't do the forward pass. Back in my day we didn't have face masks. Back in my day we were men and we killed each other across the middle of the field. Like that kind of thing. But I mean, for the most part, football plays in like pretty bad weather. But when it comes to lightning, you're like, we gotta make sure we're healthy. We're fine. Frigid temperatures, uh, negative degrees. We're gonna play through it. Mixon. Oh, sorry, Luke. Yeah, Mixon. Um, I mean, you got Nick Chubb now, so I mean, you're Texans. You got Nick Chubb. You should be feeling pretty good. You got who else did you get? Who was the person you drafted? I'm trying to remember who you drafted. Because wasn't there a running back that you drafted? Or am I thinking that up? Bring back hard-nosed players like Aaron Hernandez. Yep, absolute killer on the field. Won't take no for an answer. Um, absolute menace. Absolute menace. We need guys. We need leaders of men like Urban Meyer or Ray Rice. Back in the day, they just throw a ball at the clouds and make it shut up. Woody Marks. That's right, Woody Marks from USC. How is Woody Marks looking? Because like I said, I'm trying to think of how the Texans are going to do. Um, because I didn't watch any of the preseason. I haven't watched a lot of stuff with the Texans, but I was okay on Woody Marks. Um, I hope Nick Chubb has a little bounce back, but uh, I mean, right now, wait, hold on a second. There was an ancient philosopher who was like, back in my day, we remembered stuff. None of this writing nonsense. That's fair. Um, he's running 2-ish. Running 2-ish. It'll be a split backfield. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, but I've thought of making that video, but I want to wait until like the right situation. Like I said, there's a couple of videos that I thought like small skit stuff, but I'm waiting for the right moment. So, goodness gracious, keep on feeling like I got a burp. Um. Oh, I wanted to make a football apology video, like it's kind of like on topic with this, of like the hitting across the middle, like taking someone's head off, that kind of stuff. And I wanted to do like a YouTube apology video like for football. And I'm trying to think of like the best time to do it, but I've had that one cooking for about since pretty much the start of the channel, but I've been waiting to do that one. There's a couple other ones I did. There's also been some like ideas for skits. I just kind of like molded it into like stuff for penthouse or basement. Because like I said, I was just like, I don't know if I can make this totally into a video, so I'm just kind of like work it into what I already have done. No, I lost my XP. It sucks, Luke. Some Greek philosopher said kids went soft and didn't want to plow the fields just to read books. The more we change, the more we stay the same. Exactly. I've had this thing too. And I said it multiple times. And I continue to say it because now that I'm a teacher, I see it so much now too. Every single generation wants to talk bad about the current generation. It is a constant thing, and I don't know if it's like the fact that you got talked bad about, and so you were, rebelling against the older generation, and then now it's the same exact thing for basically Gen Alpha. Because I teach the kids, I do, and they have they have weird words. Why they're saying this stuff? Da 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 da. So what? So did we. Like I said, Gen Z had Gen Z and also Millennial too, as well. Like you had Vine, and then you had all that kind of lingo that came from Vine. Like if I go up to a random 12-year-old and I say a potato flew around my room, are they going to understand the reference? No, because it sounds crazy when I say it. But if you understand the context, then now it doesn't sound so crazy. Same thing for people who grow up in the 90s and the 80s, and you start using words in Bill Ted's Excellent Adventure or something like that, like tubular or rad or stuff like that. Sounds corny, but it's something that you said when you were younger. It's the thing that I don't understand, and I try to, because I have a very old dad, I try to be conversating and being it's okay that you may not understand the younger generation. I would hope that you don't understand the younger generation because you're never going to. Just like your parents never understood your generation, your grandparents definitely didn't understand your generation, and it's not a problem. It should be a problem. But I do see a lot of people being this is too much. The kids these days, and I'm if they said the same thing about you when you were kids, same as a thing. Went on a little a little bit of a talk. Also, is Javonte Williams for real or not? That's what's crazy. Cause going this season, that's what I was concerned about the Dallas Cowboys. Is their running back room was Miles Sanders, who could not hit a hole to save his life at the Carolina Panthers. The reason why Chuba took a majority of the carries is because they just didn't trust Miles Sanders. And then Javonte Williams had no kind of cut ability, but so far, I mean, he's had some pretty good runs. He's some pretty good rushes as far as like turning his legs, make it had some cuts, not like total cuts, but like some cuts where like I'm like I don't think Javonte Williams is totally back, but still being pretty good. Um, Cause my running back room is his. I need to offer from him for Chris Godwin straight up. For Chris Godwin, I don't know about that. Now I want Williams because he's going crazy. He might just be this year's Bucky Irvin, but also it might be week one magic. Yeah, like I said, hold off for just a second for a lot of stuff because a lot of stuff can just be week one magic. Week one is always wild. Like I said, that's the reason why for this week I kind of predicted about 3 upsets because it usually happens. I mean, like think about last year. Patriots defeat the Bengals. Now, obviously, the Bengals always start off the season pretty slow, but I mean, who thought that Gerard Mayo was going to get his first win against the Bengals? One of his few wins, to say the least. And then what's the other one that happened week one? Oh, there was one more that happened week one last year. I can't think of the top of my head. But then you had, what was it? The 2020 year that you had the Jaguars beat the Colts in the very first week, and they lose the rest of the games. I say, like week one, just enjoy it, enjoy the time that you're having, but also know that it does not mean anything. Week one of college football does not mean anything. Yes, you can see like how crazy it is, and like, oh, well, now our season's completely over, but nothing's truly over until it gets to week 5, week 6, and you're like, ooh, okay, so maybe we're not doing so hot. Like I said, you gotta wait. You gotta wait and see exactly how season progresses. If your team makes adjustments, if they don't make adjustments and they continue to suck, then there you go. I think some adults forget what it's like to be kids. Exactly. Some people who have kids forget like about kids, and that's the thing I don't understand. Like, or the worst thing is this: adults who are trying to be like kids. It is okay that you have gotten older. Like some people have had conversations with because like they're like they know I'm a teacher and they're just like I just feel old now because I don't know the lingo. Why should you care about Gen Alpha's lingo? You shouldn't care at all. Hold on a second, is that AI? Oh, please don't tell me that's AI. Some of that looks like AI. I'm hoping it's not. Sorry. That is absolutely. Come on. No, no, no. NFL, what are we doing? NFL, what are we doing? This is terrible. NFL just released probably not just released. It is a commercial that it could be everyone's year, and there is so much that's AI in it. You can just tell by the way things are animated that it's AI. Why? Just pay people. Just why are we doing AI? Just pay people. You have the money. You absolutely have the money. Why? And then you're getting what's his face, the Rizzler to do for New York City. Is the Rizzler still in the lexicon for popular media? I don't like. The only reason I'm getting like cringy is because of the fact that I'm just like it's like the NFL got these people like 3 or 4 months ago and was like, oh, this is still popular. Let me do this. Just hey, fellow kids, you like me? Come and watch the NFL. I'm sorry, but that's just what I was talking about before. Is just like I hate when, uh, especially people who are around my age to about that my age to closer to like 27, 28, where they're approaching their 30s, and they're like, I just feel old. I feel old, and now they want to try to like learn the lingo. No, stick to who you are. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. Don't try to be somebody you're not. Because guess what? If you're trying to be like the kids, they can see that you're faking. People can see that you're faking. So Just be yourself. That's easy. Just be yourself. That was just an awful commercial. I'm sorry. Goodness gracious. Where was he at? Oh yeah, screw it. I'm keeping him crazy upside and have 4 starting wide receivers already. Can't start them all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, director. Like I said, why are we using AI? That's what I don't understand. Like, no, the Coca-Cola commercial, the Christmas commercial, where you 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 literally were doing a oh, we're bringing back an old commercial but with a new little twist of like the light up of like the 18 wheelers bringing the Coca-Cola cans, and then it's so obviously AI. And then you get absolutely clowned by what was it? Poppy. I think Poppy was the one that did it because they were like, they did an AI video like with the commercial, like showing how fake it is and how this is actual real, which is a very that's so good by your marketing team. Very congrats. Congratulations on that, Poppy. That was like a year or two ago. But like, just pay people. Like you have the money to do so. Like I can understand. A small company, a very small company, maybe to cut like some corners because you don't have the money. But when you are like a $1 billion company, you have the money. You absolutely have the money. You don't want to spend it, but you absolutely have it. Um, Goodness, I know the lingo, but that's the burden of not having kids. It's easier to keep up with everything that is now. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with keeping up with it. I just think that it's a problem if you're trying to quote unquote fit in. So for instance, I don't have TikTok or anything like that. So like some of my kids were saying like the start digging in your butt twin kind of thing, and I was like, no, I just stop. I was like, we're not doing that. Or like the 6'7", like that kind of thing too. I'm like, why? Like, I was like, just focus up on your work, like that kind of stuff. Because like it's just like a spur of the moment kind of thing, that kind of thing. But I was like, but I think back to like when I was, their age, and I was like during the age of Vine, and like sure, I probably would say like some random Vine thing that came to my mind. Like that's what I was talking about, the potato like flying around my room kind of thing, or like just like randomly saying chicken strips, but you like if you know the context. But like what I'm saying, like I can understand it, but I'm like, hey, I get it. Just focus on your work, that kind of thing. Um, no, not NFL AI commercials. That's so cursed. That made so much money. That is new. Boo AI. I was told to use it on an assignment by a teacher and felt dirty the whole time. Wait, she told you to use it? Also, lingo will always be nonsense. I haven't heard of the Rizzler in the forever internet years. Exactly. Like I said, it's a fad. So why do we keep on bringing it up? It's just oh no, oh my gosh. Do y'all remember Wendy's in like 2000 and I think it was like 14 or 15? They oh my gosh, they had the meme thing, and it was the guy with the glasses. I'm trying to remember the commercial. He's got the burger, and he's like this, and it is like text. It's like the little text box for like the meme back in like 2012, and I'm like, no. I remember back then. I was like, they are trying. Like Wendy's is trying to speak to me right now, and it's not happening. One, because it's Wendy's, but two, like it was so cringy. It was like just no, just don't do it. Don't do it. Eating spicy goodness like a boss. But uh okay here okay wait, so Emmanuel, your teacher told you to use it? Like what exactly was the assignment? That's what I'm saying. Because like for instance, in Tuesday and Wednesday, my kids had to do research for the form of government that I asked them to talk about. So that could be direct democracy, representative democracy, theocracy. I did try to do a theocracy. It's a little bit harder for some of them to understand. Also, I'm trying not to get not talk about theocracy as much because it gets a little confusing for some students. So I was like, democracy we talked about enough, and also because it's in the United States as far as some aspects of each. And so it's kind of raining in Philadelphia. Um, and so like some of the kids were like trying to look it up without doing what I told them to do, which was look on credible sources. They were trying to do the AI overview, and I'm like, no, 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 no. And they're like, what? It's telling me what to do. And I'm like, okay, is the AI overview always correct? They're like, no. And I was like, so why am I telling you not to do that? Because it's basically giving you the answers that sometimes are not correct. Sometimes they are, but sometimes they're not correct, and you're not using your brain at all. Because like my thing was like, I give you the source that you're able to use. You're supposed to read the source and pull out the information because my job is to help prepare you for the test, like the big state test that you have to go accustomed to. And one of the major things is picking out context clues, is picking out phrases from some of the reading you're doing to be able to answer questions. And so that's why, like, especially like when, because like AI has gotten way more advanced over the last couple of years. Even in college, like I would just not use it because I'm like, I want to make sure that I'm doing my own work. So AI review, sure, for like just a random question, sure, but like actual research, no. Um, I might be young, but I had internet access younger. Probably not a good thing, but here we are. Um, I had internet access, but not until I was. I mean, we had a home computer, but I didn't have. I really didn't have unlimited internet access until like about like fifth or sixth grade, and then eventually I got a phone because football. My mom was like, "We need to get your phone to make sure that we're contacting you." It was an English assignment. I was told to write an interview profile about a character in the book we were reading. I also had to make a picture of the character with symbolism, and it was that was an AI use. Oh, the picture with AI use. Okay, I can get that. I, I would probably much rather you if I like say if I'm a teacher in this situation, have your own creative outlet, but at least it kind of makes sense. It's not like totally getting rid of creativity in your actual writing. It's more just an image. But I mean, you can draw an image. It might not be a great image, but you can draw an image. So like I get it from the teacher perspective, especially if it's like cutting down on time. That makes a little more sense. But I still would. But then again, I'm also doing seventh grade, so I'm trying to have them up. So this is still in delay, unfortunately. The time of the recap, like I said, the unveiling of the World Champions banner, the Jaylen Carter spit on Dak Prescott, which is still wild, with like 6 seconds going into the game. And then like a back and forth game. So like it's a good game. It's a good game. I said I'll do two other profiles instead of the picture because the options were AI or hand drawn. Oh, okay. I'm Gen AI, and I sucked at drawing. That was shot down, so that sucked. Oh, okay. I'm very anti-picture AI since it's trained on stolen work. Oh, see, it's like I said, the only AI I know about is like really, is like writing wise. I've seen like the picture AI, because like there was somebody in one of my classes that like all he would do is just like look up like AI pictures of stuff. Um, but I didn't know it was on stolen work. That's even worse. I guess that makes sense, but yeah. I'm very anti. That's stolen work. That's right. Same manual. Yeah, like I said, that makes sense. Like I said, my thing is that so the only AI that I have used is for for some of the writing that we've done, especially for making sure that what I am presenting that my students will be able to read. Because like obviously, if you're a 20 something year old, you're going to be able to read something and not think twice about it compared to a seventh grader who may be struggling with reading something. So like there's a teacher AI tool that I've used only once, and that was I gave the text of what I wanted to basically kind of say, and then I said, make this to be in a fifth grade reading level to make sure that all my students are able to read it. and then it kind of just simplified the terms. So that makes sense because it's basically what I said shortened down and made to be better for my students to be able to read. Because like sometimes I'm not going to be thinking like I had what was the question I had that I didn't even think about? One of the words that people were asking me. What's the one? Oh, well, one they asked me what does legitimately mean because I say legitimately a lot, and I was bamboozled by that, and I was like, it's kind of like really or legitly. Um, what was the other one that was intermediaries was one of them, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. There was a word that I didn't think anything about, and then I had a lot of students were asking me about that word. So that's the reason why I actually started using, not started using, but I used it once. That tool to make sure that I'm prepared if my students have a question because this now is going to be a simplified version that I know that they'll be able to read. But that's the only time that I have. Most AIs are trained on work across the internet that is scrapped without consent of the creators, works, and images. That's understandable. Like I said, I think that's where I think it's kind of crappy is if you're stealing work. But if you're trying to make sure that like the way that it's being read is on the level, I guess on the level of the way that you're trying to teach it, then I think that's fine. Because like I said, that's actually the only I've only used it once. That's the only time that I've ever used AI, like for work. Um, I just hate how inserted AI has become because it's easy. It's so hard to disable since every app and website wants you to use it. I would not use it if it was easy to get rid of. Exactly, because like I said, anytime you search, like especially with Google, it's the first thing that shows up. And so for some people who don't do any kind of research, if you just look at that, that's all you see. You're like, oh, that's the answer, and then you don't do any research. Like there was what was it? It was last semester, not last semester, but technically last semester in the spring when I was doing my internship, and I was doing I was making up an activity, and I was searching up stuff, trying to find like actual source to kind of back up my claims. Um, and the AI review said something that I was like, that makes no like I was like that's not true, and then I looked through and I was like, if someone like did not actually look through, they would just write this down and be completely false. But I can't remember what it was. But it was like something that basically had the AI kind of have to say whether they believe someone was good or someone was bad or what was something good that the person did or something like that. But yeah, like I said, I tried to use it. I didn't use it in college, and I've heard that what some teachers have done with AI is use it as a tool to try to get done with some of the work as far as not complicated, but something like kind of like the mundane activities, like okay, like the teacher AI tool that I talked about. There is a mode where you can make a lesson plan, so you can basically say exactly what you want. Like, okay, I want to basically I want to hit these standards. I want to have this kind of activity. I want to have da 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 da. And as long as you're being descriptive, they don't make it into a lesson plan. Now, technically, it's either using your words to form it into a lesson plan, or if you're not being specific enough, it's going to steal somebody's idea, which you shouldn't do. You can borrow someone's idea and then make it your own. So, like I said, that's what I'm doing right now. Because, like I said, I'm a first-year teacher. I don't have a lot of the lesson plans. Plus, also, it's the last year that we're teaching both civics and geography. So, I'm trying not to do too much. I'm trying to put too much effort into an activity that I'm never going to use again. Teams will take the field at 11:15. Okay, so we got 10 more minutes. Game will resume at 11:30. So we got 25 more minutes. 25 more minutes until the game starts back. Okay, so when we come back, we'll have like three something left in the game. Well, not in the game, in the third quarter. We still have the fourth quarter. Um, but what's talking about? Yeah, the lesson plan thing. So as long as you're using it right, it helps out the mundane activities of like, okay, well, filling in all this kind of like boring information. But if you are very loosey goosey with it, then yeah, at the end of the day, you're basically kind of like making the AI do the work for you, and you're not putting any kind of effort. That's the reason why I haven't used it because I don't feel comfortable with that part. I didn't because like I said when it was shown to me, I was like but having the reading shrunk down to a grade level reading that my students be able to read, I think that's pretty fair because at the end of the day, like I said, I want to make sure that like they're not looking at a text and be like, I don't want to read this. This is too much. This is too much writing. This is too much. I don't know what this word is. I don't want to ask Mr. Green because I don't want to seem. Because I had this happen in my class last week. Two students were arguing, so I walked up to them and I was like, what's going on? And they're like, Mr. Green, answer this question for us. If you ask a question, does that mean you're stupid? And I was like, no. And they're like, yes, it does. And I was like, okay. I was like, you're learning civics. I was like, when have you ever learned civics before coming to my class? They said never. I was like, okay. So if you've never been taught something and you have a question, maybe think about this. It's kind of reasonable for you to have a question because you've never been told these things. And so then they're like, and for the person who was arguing that you weren't dumb for asking questions, was like laughing in the person's face. I was like, no, 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 stop. I was like, no, you have your opinion. He has his opinion. Hopefully, you're able to kind of see from each person's perspective. But at the end of the day, you're not dumb. You're not stupid for not knowing something. And I prefaced it. I was like, my job is to help you. Your job is to come prepared and to be accepting of like maybe you don't understand everything. That's fine. And you can ask questions. And my job is to help you along your path. Like that's what I get paid for. Um, but like I said, that it baffled me when I heard that, and I was like, I didn't even think about that. But some students probably do think that if they ask questions that like if I like a lesser of them, then no, like I'm here to help you. But let's see, game starts back up in 24 minutes. Like I said, yeah. So we're almost back. Jeez Louise, man, we're getting to NBA games level of games going on. That's what I'm saying though. Like we have a whole other quarter. We got like 3:30 left to go in the third quarter. I mean the first half went by pretty far, but we're gonna need to hurry this up. But I'd rather use Snapchat and make thumbnail that use AI. Yeah. I never used Snapchat, so the reason why I'm very proud of the YouTube channel that I made and how many subscribers we already have is that I don't have like any other kind of social media. So I don't have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, nothing like that. Because growing up, one of the things I appreciate what both my parents did, because my mom was a teacher, and she knew as a teacher, kids are often dumb. Kids say things they probably shouldn't say, especially with just having all the internet you possibly can have. So our rule for like our house was like you couldn't have social media until you were 16. Like you could have YouTube, but you couldn't have like social media like Snapchat or anything like that. By the time I turned 16, I was like, I've been good without it, so I'm just not going to get it because I also had friends that had it since like they were like 11, and they kept on doing the same thing that like people will constantly do and be like, I am going on a social media cleanse. I'm not going on it again. And like I heard that over and over and over and over and over again. I'm like, if there's so many people that I know that are my friends that don't want to be on it anymore, but then they feel like they have to be on it, let me just not be on it, and I never have to deal with that situation. And it's worked for me so far, and so that's why I appreciate like the community that we built is just straight, just me making videos, y'all coming to the videos or coming to the streams, and I really appreciate it. Like so, like it's like I'm not, I one of the things I also don't like doing is I don't try like to sell myself. So like I would feel weird if I was like on a different platform, like say like on Twitter or something like that, and I'd be like, "Hey, come follow my YouTube channel," because that just feels weird. Like I do really well in interviews, but I hate doing interviews because I feel like I'm like selling myself, and I'm like, here's the best parts about me. Hey, please take me, and I'm like, I don't know. I just never feel comfortable in the situation, even though I do really well in that situation for interviews. So I don't know, but I'm very glad for the YouTube channel that I've helped cultivate with your help as well, and I'm hopeful that we can continue to grow this YouTube channel. Like I said, I think I mentioned before, my goal is with all the streaming that I'm be doing, with the videos I'm trying to put out. I'm hoping that at the end of the football season, I will double the subscribers. I know it's a lofty goal, but I try to set high expectations with reasonable, like goals of like trying to be the best I could possibly be. And like I'm just hopeful. I'm just hopeful that like I can reach it because that'd be awesome by the end of the third year hitting 500. I said I think that would be pretty awesome. Let's see, where was it at? Oh, yep, totally agree with you, Emmanuel. I'm almost 40. I remember The Land Before Time. Oh, dude, The Land Before Time, the movie. My mind's kind of going wild. Land Before Time, 1980. Ooh. See, Don Bluth. I want to say 1984, 1986. I'm going to say 86. Let me see if I'm right. So, no, it's before American Tail. Let's see. Land Before Time. Am I correct? '88. Oh, dang it. Okay. So, Land Before Time. I had the movie in a VHS. And then back when we lived in Auburn, we had a storage unit. And so I don't know why, but we put that movie, The Lion King, and another movie in the storage unit. And one day, that storage unit got raided, and we lost everything. It was thankfully there wasn't like a lot of antiques in there. It wasn't like any kind of antiques or anything like that. But it was just like a lot of our stuff, and it got raided. And for some reason, they took The Land Before Time. So I was devastated as a young kid, and I still remember that. But like, they like for some reason, out of all the stuff that they took, and they took some stuff. Like I said, they did leave some stuff. But you took two VCRs, and that was The Land Before Time and The Lion King. And like I said, when you said Land Before Time, it made me think because like I watched it a lot as a kid, and then we're just like, oh well, let's put it in the storage unit. You're not gonna watch it, we'll just put it away, and then someone stole it. Um, yes, the movie, but also I mean the Land before we had the technology. Yes, Adobe. Yeah. We're about starting. Yeah, you can start to see some of the people coming in. So hopefully, start soon. I think it says in about 15, like so at 11:15 Eastern time, they were making to the field. 11:30 they were starting. Yeah, I kind of like your situation. I didn't start using social media until last year, only YouTube. Granted, I watch a lot of random stuff on YouTube. Somehow it has got me into history, not too bad. Like I said, there's a lot of good history channels on YouTube. I'll give it that. I'm kind of waiting for the next oversimplified video. He hasn't done one in a while. But then again, it's not like uncommon. He usually takes up a little time because I know he still works. Kind of like what I'm doing. And like I said, usually long videos. So I'm excited to see what he does next. There's some other ones too, like what's the one? I'm trying to think of the ones that I sometimes watch too. I'll have to look it up, but sometimes I'll watch like just like random documentaries too on YouTube. When I was a kid, I had a lot of dinosaur toys because of Land Before Time. I had a lot of the earlier movies, and I still technically have the early movies. I don't have the first movie because, like I said, that got stolen. But I had a lot of the earlier movies. Like I think I have like at my parents' house, my dad's house, where we still have a lot of the stuff. I think I have like four or five Land Before Time movies. Because I mean, there's a couple that came out before I was born, and then we bought them when I was like getting into dinosaurs. I have the dinosaur movie, the 2000 Disney movie. I have that movie because for the longest time, you know how like you have that little baby, like baby, you have that stuffed animal you carry around as a kid. Mine was the dinosaur from Dinosaur. I'm trying to think of the name of the dinosaur. What's the name of the dinosaur? But there was a I can't even say dinosaur. There was the creature that was in the lead creature for the dinosaur movie. Uh, I had that animal, and that was the one that I carried around all the time as a young kid. That and a big, huge bear. I had a big, huge, like, brown bear that I got when I was one. And that was another one. Like, I don't know why I talk about stuffed animals. And the other one that I had was this Puss in Boots one. Because, like I said, Puss in Boots was in Shrek 2, came out in 2004. So, very young kid. And that was the other one. That's the other, like, main, like, stuffed animal that I remember uh, playing around with. Um, yeah, I never really got into social media either, only YouTube and Tumblr. Tumblr is an interesting spot too, because Tumblr you find some pretty good stuff. Tumblr and uh, Reddit is an interesting place too. There's some corners of Reddit I don't even dare to go to, but Reddit is cool when you're like looking for like just trying to see like it's kind of like a message board, where you're like if I'm looking for like this past week looking at message boards for Alabama football, hilarious. Because what I predicted would happen actually happened, which I should talk about that. I might talk about that a little bit later. I'll probably talk about that in going into the fourth quarter because we're talking about something right now, and I'll try to remind myself. Um, but like, there's some fun stuff about Twitter, not about Twitter, about Reddit, and there's some actually awful stuff about Reddit. So I try to be like very cautious about what I'm looking at, because otherwise you see some of the most deplorable stuff you could possibly imagine. Where are we at? Oh yes, there's goodness gracious. I don't know if I'm like runny nose or what, but I got like my nose kept itching. Um, there's a lot of great history channels on YouTube, great short form content. Exactly. The one thing I'm very, very, very glad I never found young was Discord. Oh, yeah. If any of y'all know some youngins, please protect them from Discord. So I had never used Discord until college, and it was used for like when we were doing group projects and stuff like that, especially when I started off in engineering. And I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And then a lot of the college people were like, you've never used Discord before? And I'm like, no. I was like, and so like, when that whole NFL Discord thing happened, like I didn't know what they were talking about. Like I'd already heard like Discord was like, like in high school, um, a lot of crappy stuff was said on Discord, but I didn't really know it until like actually like I looked. Um, we had certain discords for certain classes without the teacher there, like without a teacher present in the discord, and like I said, very tame compared to what it could have been, but still you saw a lot of people take advantage. They could just kind of say whatever they wanted to about the professor. Um, but yeah, Discord. Like I said, I would never do it. I would never have Discord. I can already tell you that. I'm never gonna have Discord. Um, OMG, I love the movie Dinosaur. So like the graphics are like kind of like the Walking with the Dinosaurs kind of thing, which is like Ever 2000 is fine. The Love Monkey portion I could do without, but I do still like. There's like a part of me that still likes Dinosaur because it's what I grew up with. Um, I haven't watched it in a very long time, so it probably doesn't hold up as well as I think it does. But watched it when I was a kid. A surprisingly common thing for my generation is during the pandemic, kids would join Discord and get sucked into the semi-therapist role for older kids, young adults. Scary stuff. Like as far as like you're trying to help out a person you don't know. Because at my high school, I was also a lot of people's therapist too, because no one wanted to go to the counselor for good reason. Well, probably shouldn't say that. Let's just. My high school had a lot of problems, and a lot of problems that started my freshman year, continued to grow, and then after the people left for obvious reasons, a lot more came out about the situation, and it made it look even worse than what it already was. Let's just say that a lot of people who were in the leadership of my high school are no longer employed anywhere else. But because a lot of people didn't trust their counselors, I'll give credit. There was one counselor who did his job. He was a senior counselor. I did like that counselor. He did his best job to make sure that everyone had an opportunity to get as many scholarships as they possibly can. If you wanted to do the actual scholarships, if you want to do the work, you could get any kind of scholarship you could possibly have. He was good at his job. Good at that portion. Not good at talking about people about their problems. And so for a lot of people, I was their therapist, but also because I was just like an observant kid. Um, and it helped me a lot because, like I said, growing up, I was a very quiet kid. Um, I try to be very observant, just to kind of like help me understand what people are kind of going through. Um, and I enjoyed it. That's what kind of like helped me be like, okay, well, obviously, I was good at math and science, so I want to be an engineer. Obviously, come from a family of teachers as well as in classes. A lot of times, I would be like helping out students in any kind of way that I can. So I would be teaching them. And then thirdly, because I was good at picking up on certain behaviors and also helping out people with their problems, like my third, like if teaching didn't work out, my third like trying attempt would be psychiatrist, psychologist. Psychology is more likely because like medicine would be in a difference. The difference in that'd be a whole lot more school. But um, because like I said, I just like to help people. I like to help people in any way that I can. Um, but uh, but yeah. Um, I was like 10 to 13-year-old getting sucked into effectively becoming someone's therapist for a random, talking them through mental illnesses and the problems associated, like fully on talking to them through it. That's crazy. That like okay, so someone is asking a random person for help instead of like the friends that you have. Like you gotta find your support system. Like I mean, I'm glad that people are like trying to look and try to like make sure that they're taken care of, but like a 10 to 13-year-old is not going to know how to help you with a lot of problems that you're dealing with as an adult. Like a lot of that comes with like actual experience. So you need to find a like-minded individual to help you out on that. Like that is wild. That's like I've watched it every now and then, like the am I the a hole, like those like Reddit things where like people are legitimately asking just random people to judge them. It's not the same exact thing, but like I don't know, like maybe just ask people in your life instead of just asking random people. Like ask the people in your life, like, hey, was I in the wrong? And if they can't tell you like truthfully, maybe you should like have a conversation with them and be like, hey, I need you to be truthful, like just how you expect me to be truthful with you. I need you to be truthful with me. Like I don't really understand the aspect. I don't understand the aspect. Like ask the truth. Ask questions. Make sure that you and your friends are on the same exact page. Because then there's not gonna be a problem. Like if you're actually communicating. Um, Still a commercial. Dak was on the bike, so I would assume we have about 5 minutes till the game starts back. So okay, we're almost done. 2020 Discord was a scary, unregulated landscape to navigate. You think 2020 Discord, 2012 YouTube was also like still in this like a transitionary phase of YouTube, and it had not a lot of restrictions. Like you could find a lot of stuff on YouTube that now you could not find because, like I said, obviously, like I said, there's a lot more money in YouTube, but like it was that transitionary phase of where people started to get really big on YouTube. Like obviously, you had like Smosh, Tobuscus. That was one that me and my sister watched a lot of. Um, but that transitionary phase of YouTube, it was still like it's not like a wild wild west kind of thing, but there still was like the fact that you could accidentally search something up and not mean to just because of like what was on a suggestion that had nothing to do with what you're watching. Um, so I do appreciate that YouTube has done a little bit of crackdown on that. Now, however, you have YouTube that's also kind of gone a little bit overboard with certain things, and where you have the YouTube Kids, but then you don't have a separate thing for YouTube Kids, and then you make it harder for some people to do what they're supposed to be doing on YouTube. That part I don't really like, but I like YouTube. Like I said, I think YouTube, out of all the social media that you could possibly have, is I'm also kind of being bullied by because it's the one that I actually use. But I think overall, you could see that YouTube is probably the best one because of just the amount of videos that you have that can be cultivated to what you want to watch, and you can be able to kind of like if you're smart, you're able to kind of avoid some of the problems. So one of the things I like that YouTube does is like for the YouTube Shorts, you know how they have like the four little blocks for like the shorts. I can scroll while I'm looking at longer form videos. When I see a short term video and see, okay, this thumbnail is kind of showing something I'm probably not going to want to watch because if I tap on this, this is going to try to show me the same exact stuff. So let me just not tap on that because like a lot of times when you're doing like scrolling, you might actually scroll on something that you don't even really want to look at, and then it suggests that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like I like that about YouTube is that you're able to see ahead of time before clicking on something, so you kind of avoid that. So I do like that about YouTube. But all right, so the game's about to start back up. 4:44 left to go in the third quarter. Goodness gracious, I'm not going to go to bed until later. That's fine. My brain is just like wired right now, so I wouldn't even go to bed. I wouldn't even be able to go to bed now. But we are going to be starting in probably about 2 minutes. But oh, let me go ahead and get started on looking up. What was it looking up? What was the thing I was looking up for Alabama? Dang it. I said I was going to look it up too. Oh, I know what I was talking about. That's right. All right, so let me get that set up because, like I said, we have 4:44 until the end of the third quarter. So let's see here. Team history. And this is going to show me year by year. So I have a reference for myself. Looks like it is. Okay, good. All right, so Philly is up 24-24, 44 left to go in the third. It's been a while since we've talked about this. Jalen Hurts in a pistol formation with Saquon behind him. Ooh, goodness. There's a Devontae Smith in the motion. Josh back at throws. No, goodness gracious. Hands the ball off to Saquon Barkley for a 1 yard loss. So second down and 11. 4:35 left to go in the third. I gotta get back into actually calling this game because like this, it's been a while. But it's been like how long has it been? I don't know. We were just talking, so I literally have no idea. I have no idea when we stopped. Please someone remind Jalen Hurts that Devontae Smith is good at deep balls. I need the fantasy points. Brandon Aubrey is my leading scorer for this game by a long shot. I mean, hey, he had like a 58-yarder, so that makes sense. All right, so shotgun formation trips to the right with Saquon Barkley to the left. Drops back a pass and is getting pressure and is going to roll out that pressure and throw away. So it's going to be 3rd and 11. Trayvon Diggs on a little bit of a delayed blitz. I mean, you talk about Devontae Smith. I need A.J. Brown to do something. Like, something. Which they're just they're just like blanketing him. All right, so 3rd down 11, 3:56 remaining in the third quarter. Trips to the right, A.J. Brown in the slot. Drops back a pass, getting a little pressure, steps in the pocket, rolls out to his right, and is going to run 20, cut back in, and he's going to be short of the first down marker. Gains about 8 yards, but unfortunately, 4th and 3 from the 23, and the first punt of this game. So we come back, and now we get a stop. Oh, golly. I almost fell back a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what happened when I assembled this recliner back, but it will take me back. So I have to like angle it a little bit to like actually the side of this wall right here. Kick is away, and oh my gosh, it's a beauty. Fair caught about the 26-yard line. That is a beautiful punt. Goodness gracious, that's a beautiful punt. All right, so Dak is going to be back on the field. 3:10 left to go in the third. And what was I saying? Oh, from the 26-yard line. Dak Prescott in a shotgun formation with the running back to his right. Is that Williams? Yes, it is. Williams to his right. Going to be handoff to Williams. Going to make a little cut, and he's going to get a push. Let's go all the way to the 30-yard line for a 4-yard gain. Nice push by the offensive line. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 with 2:55 remaining in the third quarter. Now I'm just rocking. Cooper Beebe and Tyron Smith with a nice little push. Like I said, I'm liking the way that the offensive line for Dallas is doing right now. So 2nd down and 6. Dak under center with Javonte Williams in the backfield. Going to interpret into motion over to the left. Going to be a play action pass. Dak sets in the pocket, throws, and that's going to be caught by Ferguson. Going to be 3rd down and 1. 2:15 remaining in the third quarter. Let's see if Dallas can actually get this 3rd down. 3rd down and 1. I mean, if you're a fan of this game, like, you're not getting back home until like 2 o'clock in the morning, bud. All right, so 3rd down and 1. 1:53 remaining in the third quarter. Dak is going to be an empty set. Going to take CeeDee Lamb out. Okay. Drops back to pass and throws CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb up to the 40, up to the 45, and down to the 49-yard line. That's another 1st down. And guess who's covering him? Adoree Jackson. They haven't actually, like I said, they've been attacking Adoree Jackson. Whoa, what happened? What? No speak. No speak. Do not speak. That was weird. All of a sudden I heard like something's being said. CeeDee Lamb already has 5 receptions for 100 yards. Good on him. All right, so from the 49-yard line, Dak Prescott under center with Williams in the backfield. Going to be hands with Williams. Going to try left side. Going to cut back inside for a nice little 3 or 4 yard gain. So let's say 2nd down and 6. 57 seconds remaining in the third quarter. If I'm Dallas, I am, let this clock run down a little bit more, do one more play, go into the fourth quarter, and you are hoping and praying that, okay, let's continue to run the ball, continue to eat up clock, keep Philly's offense off the field. Stop, no, stop, what are we doing? What in the world? It's going to be a screen pass to CeeDee Lamb, who's going to lose yardage and get all the way back to about the 49-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down about 10. Why in the world? What happened? Why is it playing something? Like, we shouldn't be playing anything. I was looking up something because I'm talking about it when we get to the fourth quarter. So, all right. So now we're in the fourth quarter. It's still 24-20. Philly in the lead, but Dallas, 3rd and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now, let me go back to what I was talking about before. So, I talked about this to Luke, who's an Alabama fan. Obviously, I'm an Auburn fan. Like Luke and I, we did the Gridiron Gurus podcast. Yes, we're talking about season predictions. We did division breakdowns, and then we do like weekly predictions. I also did the draft content. That's where like a lot of the draft content is on there. But one of the things that we talked about, especially after the Florida State loss, is I try to warn him that right now Alabama's in a situation where potentially they could be like where Miami was. So, what do you mean? What does that do I mean? Okay, so 2001 Miami. 2001 Miami, win the national title, go into... Stop speaking. What? Okay, goodness gracious. Sorry. So, 2001 national title. Like I said, Miami wins it. Flawless record. Think of that 2020 Alabama. So 2001 Miami, 2020 Alabama. 2002 Miami. They make it all the way to the national title game. And they lose, controversially, the title game 2021. Alabama makes it all the way to the national title game. And then they lose the national title game. Then 2003, they win a big game. They win a big bowl game, but at the end of the day, like it's seen as a disappointment. Same thing for 2022. Alabama makes it to a big bowl game. They win the Sugar Bowl, but at the same time, it's just like it's not really anything really good for us. 2004 is a little bit different than in the scenario, but still 9-3. 2005 Miami's 9-3. Stop! Why are we saying stuff? Okay. 2023 Alabama, 2024 Alabama, 2023 Alabama. You had, you were kind of gifted that fourth seed. And then in 2024, you go 9-3, kind of a disappointment. And so far, you're seeing how Alabama has won the national title in 2020, and then slowly but surely kind of lost its way, and you're hoping to get back to glory. Here in Miami, you're seeing 2001, you reached the mountaintop, and you're trying to get back to glory. And then in 2006, Miami has huge expectations, and I'll talk about it a little bit after this play. 3rd down 10, huge ball, and popped up in the air, and it is going to be incomplete. Try to get to CeeDee Lamb, and unfortunately, he could not hold on, so punt away for Dallas. So 2006, Miami, you are number 11 in the preseason polls. You're hoping you can make it back to the national title. And then same exact way for Alabama, who's number 8. You both lose the game opener against FSU. And it pretty much just been like, crap, this is going to be awful. This is going to be an awful year. And Miami ends up going 7-6. Now, do I think that Alabama is going to go like 6-6 and then win the bowl game? If so, that would be awful, and Kalen DeBoer is out of there. But sorry about the burping. But the main thing that I'm trying to point out is during this time in 2006, a lot of the fan base is looking back to the former glory of what Miami was. The same thing that Alabama is doing right now. If I have to see another thing where they're posting about like, don't you remember when Alabama had Reuben Foster and C.J. Mosley and insert other Alabama defender here? This would never happen, or Nick Saban. So, you're living in the past, constantly hoping you can get back to the future. Sorry. You can get back to the past in the near future. And you're comparing players to almost like be like superstar status. So, for Miami, don't you remember Ray Lewis? Don't you remember Ed Reed? Don't you remember Jonathan Vilma? Why can't we be like that? Comparing, like I said, I'm thinking of like Greg Olsen in that 2006 season, who's being compared to, Shockley. He's being compared to a lot of the other major tight ends from Miami that came out during those years. Same thing that's happened for Alabama right now. Continue that after this play. First down 10, Jalen Hurts has all day to throw. Throws to Saquon Barkley. Catches up to about the 20 to 21 yard line. That's going to be second down and 2 for the Philadelphia Eagles. So you're having this dynamic with Alabama where right now they're in a pivotal part for their team of like, are they going to be able to right the ship? If not, it's going to get ugly really quickly. And you're going to have basically a lot of the fan base who's so used to winning that is going to be basically like, well, we need to make changes. And a lot of times those changes make things even worse. So it's an interesting dynamic for Alabama, but that's one thing I kind of want to talk about because like it's fascinating to see, and I don't see a lot of people talking about it yet. Maybe they might find the correlation, but like it's one of the things I thought about because I watched the U documentary, both of them, and just seeing like what the purpose was for the doc to go back to what was before. I'm just going to get rid of this at this point in time. To get back to where they were before and bring back the U. That's how I feel about with Alabama. Is that they're hoping to get back to the dynasty. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Third down and 1, tush push, and I think he got it. Yep. So the official that's closest to the ball, like I said, he says he got it, and it does look like that Jalen Hurts did get it. So first down 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles. But the other thing is this too. Since I'm talking about Alabama football, I'll finish up with one more thing. If Kellen DeBoer, I should do after this play. First down 10 for the 23-yard line. Going to send Devontae Smith into motion, but however, there's a flag. So, if Kellen DeBoer gets fired, which would be a huge buyout for Alabama, more than 12 people on defense, or more than 11 people on defense, so too many people in the field backs him up. If Kellen DeBoer gets fired, which would be a huge buyout, a lot of people are trying to say that Alabama is going to go after these certain names. But my vote would be Glenn Schumann. Glenn Schumann is the defense coordinator for Georgia, has been at Georgia since 2019, was a graduate of Alabama, was under Nick Saban and Kirby Smart. Like I said, I think you give a shot to him besides a proven guy who just can't win, who can't win the big game. Handoffs to Saquon Barkley is going to be just short, and it's going to be second down and a small 1. Yeah, I do want to talk a little bit more about college football every now and then, but I'm gonna try to stop that and go to the game because, like I said, it's a close game. It's 24-20. Clock continues to run down, and Philly's hoping they can kind of extend their lead. So 11:53 remaining in the fourth quarter. Second down and a small 1. Jalen Hurts under center with Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Going to be a handoff Saquon Barkley, makes a man miss, and is going to be stunned. It's going to be third down and 1 at about the 32-yard line. Let's see. Ezraku, very good job manhandling Calcaterra and attacking the ball. Very good for Donovan Ezraku. Third down and 1. 11:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. A little bit of tush push. See if they make it. And he is going to get through. So it's another great tush push for Philadelphia, and it's going to be a first down. I do like that Philly's also done like a triple count. I don't want to say triple count, but has like done basically try to see if people are going to try to jump the snap. Good on them. But what I really need is for you to throw the ball to A.J. Brown. Like, come on. I don't think he's got a single reception. You're talking about Devontae Smith. I don't think A.J. Brown's gotten a single reception. So, shotgun formation, going to send Devontae Smith into motion. And it's going to be a quick. Hey, Devontae Smith screen going to go up to the 40, down to the 40-yard line, and that's going to be second down and about 4 for the Philadelphia Eagles. 10-10 remaining in the fourth quarter. I keep feeling like I'm about to burp, but then I'm not. Second down and 3 from the 30 from the 40-yard line. Shotgun formation with Saquon Barkley to the right of Jalen Hurts. Draws back to pass and throws. Oh, one-handed catch by Saquon Barkley. Oh my gosh! Who is that? Who did he stiff arm? Oh my gosh! I'm sorry, Dak. Don't be clapping for that. He got absolutely owned. So Donovan Ezraku gets pressure on Jalen Hurts. So good on him. Great little chop move. Gets over. One-handed catch by Saquon, and then who is that? Who's 59? Oh, he got. Just absolutely, just like palm right in the face. Well, 53 gets. Oh, is that James Houston? James Houston's on the Dallas Cowboys. Good on him. So James Houston, great read by him, and he is going to be credited with a tackle for loss, tackle for about a 3-yard gain. They're going to use the tush push every short line situation tonight, aren't they? After they try to vote it out this summer, exactly. I think they took down the note of like every single person who wanted to ban it. All right, so actually a loss of 4, second down and 14 for Philadelphia from about the 40-yard line. They got to call a timeout because the play clock was down to 0. So 8:26 remaining in the fourth quarter, still 24-20, and Philly has to call their first timeout. So what you're saying is that Bama is going to reverse Kirby Smart the Dogs? Absolutely. If Bama leadership is smart, you take a chance instead of going after somebody that you have to pay a lot of money to. If you go to Glenn Schumann, you pay him, I don't know, like what, $5 million per year compared to $10 million that you're paying to Kellen DeBoer, or $10 million you'd be paying to Lane Kiffin, who I don't think you would go to Lane Kiffin just because of the fact of like how many bridges he burned at Bama, or any other high-profile head coach. You had to pay a lot of money to, because in all the buyout that you're having to do with Kellen DeBoer, you had to do the same exact thing too. So if you're smart, you bring in a guy who knows your system. He was there when Saban was, like I said, like for instance, let me show you exactly Glenn Schumann. So Glenn Schumann, he is 35 years old. He is from the South, so that helps a lot of people who are, he's got to be from the South, otherwise it don't matter. Alma mater, Alabama, 2011. His coaching career, he was a GA from 2011 to 2014. Then he followed Kirby Smart, 2016-2018 inside linebacker. Then from 2019 to 2023 was co-defense coordinator and inside linebacker. Think about all the great inside linebackers that you have from Georgia over the last couple of years. And then he's been the DC since 2024 into present. Like I said, they've had really good defenses as well. So if you're looking at guys like as on the up and up, or look right here, he was Alabama director for football operations from 2014 to 2015. 2014 to 2015. So when they had all that stuff, he's had championships in 2009, 2011, 2012, 2015. And then in the 2021 to 2022 over Georgia. Like I said, I think if you want to bring in a guy who is a defensive-minded head coach, who is someone who knows the South, like a lot of Bama fans want, like, we don't want that guy from Washington. We don't want to bring that extinct Pac-12 back over here. That kind of stuff. So, like I said, if you want to make the fans happy and get a guy from the South who's he actually might work Glenn Schumann's your guy. Second down 14. Jalen Hurts drops back to pass, getting a little bit of pressure, rolls out to his right, and is going to throw it away. Where was I at? Oh, yeah. Man, I hate that the Bears voted for the ban. They would do that to us later this year. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Thankfully, we don't play the Eagles this year because we also voted to ban the tush push. I try to remember if the Panthers did. I think we did, unfortunately. I said I don't think you should. I don't think you should have banned the tush push. I think you know I think you should be fine. Trying to be able to find a way to stop it. Third down and 14. Jalen Hurts tries to pass. He's got time throws, and it's going to be caught by Dallas Goedert, who gets to those 50, and that's about it. So after not having a single punt before the lightning strike, we have punt, punt, punt. 7:55 left to go in the fourth quarter. Still 24. Wait. They're going for it. They're going. On 4th and 5. At midfield, the Eagles are going for it with 7:40 remaining in the fourth. Nah, you're not going for it, right? Okay. They're taking delay game penalty and they're punting away. I'm about to say I'm like that makes no sense. Like why you're up by 4? Why and like why would you even do that? Like I'm glad they didn't, but they took the delay game penalty, give them more room to punt, and then try to pin them deep. Okay, so still 24-20, 7:27 remaining in the fourth quarter. Goodness. Let me go find that I had the list earlier this year of the 10 teams that voted against banning it. Because I think, didn't we talk about it? I'm pretty sure we talked about it. Man's kick is away, and it is going to be out of bounds at about the 15-ish. Not giving Turpin even a chance of returning this. Yep, about the 13-yard line. So, 7:20 remaining in the fourth quarter, still 24-20. We're going to go to commercial break. And the Dallas Cowboys will be next on the docket to try to score some kind of points after this long break. The only argument I like against the tush push isn't even an argument against it. Oh. The offense can push players from behind, but the defense can't. Give the defense a break, help them out, and they need it. I think that's fair. Like I said, rules for thee, not for me. I think that's unfair. I think you can definitely. I think that should be a new. What's the word I'm looking for? It should be a new rule to make sure that, like, okay, well, if we keep it, make it to where it's going to be a little easier for the defense to be able to help stop it. Because if you're able to push, you got to be able to have some kind of, not presence, but you have to have same exact force applied or greater force applied to be able to stop it. Or you'd be like the Jaguars and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who found a way to be able to stop it with, the Buccaneers with Vita Vea. I mean, that's pretty much how you do it with Vita Vea. Whew. I don't know about you, but I'm getting kind of tired. 12 teams. Oh, 12 teams, not 10 teams. Ravens, Eagles, Browns, Jags, Saints, Titans, Lions, Jets, Pats, and Dolphins voted to keep. That's what I thought. I thought we were one of the teams that voted against it. So I'm pretty sure Dave Canales got asked that question, and I can't remember what his answer was. But Eagles makes sense. Browns kind of makes sense. Jaguars, Saints, like I said, teams that aren't very good. Titans, our teams aren't very good. Lions, I mean, that's just a Dan Campbell thing of like, we need to find a way to stop it. Jets, same exact reason. Pats, same exact reason with Mike Vrabel. Dolphins, I just think that I don't even know why the Dolphins wouldn't, but the Dolphins make sense. Like it would be uncool. We don't want to be uncool. And then Ravens. I mean, you kind of want to have the tush push because like if you're the Ravens, it's worked for you too. So all right. So 7:20 remains. First down 10 from the they backed it up a little bit to the 11-yard line. Dak Prescott drops back to pass. Has got time, throws, and it's going to be caught by CeeDee Lamb up to the 20, up to about the 23-yard line. Great job. It's another first down. CeeDee Lamb's having a great night. You know who's not having a great night? That is one A.J. Brown. Unfortunately. All right, 7 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Still 24-20. Philly in the lead. DeJean matched up on CeeDee Lamb right now. Going to send Ferguson into motion over to the right. Going to be a handoff and immediately met in the backfield. And that is going to be a loss of about 3 yards there. I think it's Alex Hunt with the initial stop. Yep. Alex Hunt, 3rd-round pick for Philadelphia from, was he Sam Houston State? I want to say it was Sam Houston. I like Alex Hunt coming out. He was an athletic freak. That I thought he needed like a year or two in the pressure cooker, and he was fine. 2nd down and 12. Dak's going to throw a quick little thing to Turpin, who makes a man miss. That's Mitchell with the miss, and a nice little 2-yard gain. So 3rd down and about 4, I want to say. It was 10, Ravens, Browns, Lions, Texans, Colts, Jets, Eagles, LOL, Bucks, and Titans. I said Bucks are able to just stop it, so it makes sense. 3rd down and 10. Oh, 3rd down and 10. Oh, that's right, because they lost yardage, of course. 5:35 would go in the fourth quarter. Dak, it must be super duper loud. Now I'm going to go empty set. Drops back to pass. Getting pressured. Throws. And going to be caught by Williams, who gets about 4 yards. And that's going to be about it. So 4th and about 6. And Dallas is going to put the ball away. Chiefs. Oh, Chiefs. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Woo! Okay. I said, great little blitz package right there. To kind of find somebody. Nobody was really open. So under 5 minutes remain, and the Cowboys have to punt the ball away. And another great punt, fair caught at about the 24-yard line. And so that's where the Eagles are going to start. So 4:43 remains in the fourth quarter. Philly has 2 timeouts. Dallas has all 3. And we're going to commercial break. Can Philadelphia keep this clock running down, continue on their drive, and be able to seal a win? Or will Dallas get another shot to try to topple the Super Bowl champions? We will find out after this Chick-fil-A commercial. No, I'm just kidding. Probably let's see here. It's about to be midnight in Eastern time. I'm probably thinking that there's probably be about a 5-minute commercial break. At the same time, are losing my mind right now. I wonder if like the NBC executives are like, hey, maybe we should hurry this up. Make sure that no one dozes off, Let's be nice to everybody. Another commercial about an iPhone, I believe, is what it looks like. Let's talk about the edges. Yep. Look at this camera. Bow, bow, bow. Oh, no, it's Google. Oh. It's Google, guys. Google Pixel. You thought... Oh, I didn't hear what was being said. Also, I don't know what kind of camera you're using for your commercial, but, I don't want to see, your fingerprint. I can literally see your fingerprint on your thumb because you're that zoomed in. We had a Google Pixel commercial. Now we have Vicks Vapor Rub. That is a that is a that is a pivot right there. Um, I don't know if you can tell, but like I said, I'm a little tired. I'm running off of 4 hours of sleep and then a 10-minute power nap. So I as soon as the game is over, I might say my goodbyes and be like, all right, very fun hanging out with you guys, and then I'd be like, beep, because like I said, my mind. When I was gonna say that, I'm not going to. But when I get tired, my mind. Oh, is he falling asleep too? Jerry's falling asleep. No, he's not. They got Starry. They're just like positioning it like Starry. Drink some Starry. Drink Sierra Mist. We all know what it is. 24-yard line, first down 10. Going to be a handoff to Saquon Barkley, who makes a little cut and going back to the line of scrimmage. Good job by Dallas defense, and that's going to be second down 10, 4:34 remaining in the fourth quarter. All right, 24-20, Philly trying to keep this drive alive. We're really just trying to, end the game. But yeah, I say good job by Dallas. They're like kind of fitting their run, meeting their run fits. Goodness gracious. All right, AJ Brown is jogging to his spot into motion. He has gotten no kind of play. Wait, no, he was going to try to throw it to him. Not Dallas. Jalen Hurts rolls it to his left, and he gets about 3 yards, and that's about it. So it would be third down at about 7. About 7. And we got 3:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. Yeah, he was still in bounds. And Sam Williams tried to avoid hitting him. So third down 7, 3:55, and the clock is stopped because he ran out of bounds. So Jalen Hurts in a shotgun formation with Saquon Barkley to his left. Drops back a pass, gets some pressure, rolls up to his right, throws, and it's going to be caught by Jawan Dotson. And guess what? It's going to be short. And the clock is going to run, but it's 3:45. Clock continues to run. Dallas has all 3 timeouts, and they're going to get the ball back with the easy 3 minutes to spare. So, Dallas, you're down by 4. Depending on where the punter puts it, you're probably going to have to drive the length of the field, but you have a chance to be able to upset the Eagles. And I'll be very upset if you do, because initially, before the Micah Parsons trade and my season predictions, I had actually the Eagles losing this game. And I'll be very ticked off if I change my my prediction. Man with the punt and try to punt it away from Tolbert, he does. And it goes out of bounds at about the 16-ish yard line. 17. So, from the 17-yard line, 3:02 remaining in the fourth quarter. All 3 timeouts for Dallas. You're down by 4. Can Dak put the team on his back? Dak put the team on his back. I'm sure you never heard that one before. What was I saying? I was going to say something else. Can't remember. It's something about not having a lot of sleep. You just can't remember things. I don't know. It'll come to me later. I already talked about what's the upcoming schedule as far as tomorrow I'll be streaming the Friday night game, the Brazil game. I'm super duper excited for that. Saturday off because I'm going to go to a wedding. And then Sunday going to be doing 3 games. I said in case you were not here, I'm doing the Steelers versus Jets. So Aaron Rodgers revenge, sure. Lions versus Packers, and then the Sunday night game on Peacock that I'm using right now. Um, Bills versus Ravens. And then on Monday Night Football is going to be Vikings versus Bears. And like I said, I'm going to try to do Thursdays and Mondays for the most part for most of the year, and then try to do Sundays. Saturdays might be a little bit too harder for sometimes because, like I said, I might be on vacation or do some certain stuff. But I'm going to try to do it all the time. And do the games, do the streams. And I've said this before, but I was going to reiterate this because of the fact of how my spectrum is, where like I said, technically I am too far away from the person who actually has it. It was like I'm just using my mom's because I let her use some of my streaming services. I don't have NFL Network anymore, so unfortunately I can't do the international games. So I'll have to cut that out this year, unfortunately. I hate that I have to do that, but like I said, I'm not paying for extra stuff when I don't have the money to do so. So 302 from the 18-yard line as the train is rolling outside my window. And oh my gosh, what a great catch by Ferguson. One-handed catch. And that's about a 5-yard gainer on Zach Bond. That's a great catch. And make sure he gets 2 feet in. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, he did. He got 2 feet in. So, second down and 5. 2:57 left to go in the fourth quarter. Dak in a shotgun formation. Oh, quick snap. Was not ready for it. And throws. Oh, almost a game sealer. Not game sealer, but almost a pick by Mitchell. Would have set up Eagles in territory to be able to end the game. But with 2:52 remaining, Dallas Cowboys still get another shot. Okay, here's the other thing, too. If it's 4th and 5, do you punt it away and trust your defense? It's interesting. All right, so 3rd and 5 for Dallas from the 23-yard line. Shotgun formation. Williams to his right. Drops back to pass. Has got time. Throws, and it's going to be caught by George Pickens. Comes up strong in this moment. 2:47. Clock is about to start running. Well, actually, I don't know. He might have gone out of bounds. George Pickens with some strong hands against Adoree Jackson, who's getting absolutely cooked this game. What are we doing? Okay. First down 10 from the 38-yard line. Dallas Cowboys, shotgun formation, drops back to pass. And going to try to take a deep shot. Takes a deep shot, and it's going to be caught by, oh my gosh. CeeDee Lamb had it in his hands. He almost basically gifted the ball to Reed Blankenship. Would have been a would have been an interception. But CeeDee Lamb had it. He had it in his hands. Literally, he had it in his hands. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, you got to catch that. I mean, that's a perfect ball. That is a perfect ball by Dak Prescott. Second down 10. Dude, how do you miss that? All right, shotgun formation. Running back to his left. Drops back to pass. Gets the pressure. Takes another shot, and it's going to be incomplete. Try to get to Schoonmaker. Cooper DeJean on the coverage. So, 2:33 remaining in the fourth quarter, 3rd down and 10. 2 straight deep balls that the Dallas Cowboys have had. All right, 2:33, 24-20. Philly has a 4-point lead. Dallas is desperately trying to claw their way back into this game. From the 38-yard line, shotgun formation with running back to his left. Dak takes a snap, drops back to pass. He's got time. Throws on the run. That's going to be caught by the Williams, so the clock is going to run. But, however, it was a gain about 6 yards. So 4th down and 4. 2:22 remaining in the fourth quarter. If I'm Dallas, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this play call in. Thank you, Luke. You're nice. You look cute too, Luke. All right, 4th down and 3 from the 45-yard line. Play 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 2-minute warning. Well, you'll have time to kind of discuss it. So it'll be 4th and 3 when we come back. 4th and 3 when we come back. 24-20. Philadelphia gets to stop here. Dallas does all 3 timeouts, so the game's not over. But like I said, after the lightning delay, it's been like, the tempers have cooled. The tempers have cooled. There's been a lot of punting. There has been no scoring whatsoever. So I'm anticipating a Dak interception. No. See, I think, Luke, there's going to be a conversion of 4th down, and the very next play, Dak interception. I do like that. I like that prediction, Luke. It's it's one of those momentum things. You're like, yay, we got on the 4th down, and then brought back down to reality. That would break the hearts of many Dallas Cowboys fan. So, I didn't say win. Okay, that's fair. All right, 24-20, 2 minutes, 4th down and 3. Dallas is in trips to the left. Now they're going to bring Turpin over in motion over to the right. Williams to his right. Looks like they're going to try to bring a blitz from the right side. And they do. Great pickup. Throws. And it's going to be... Oh! Almost caught by CeeDee Lamb, but he drops it. 1:54 remaining in the 4th. Dak overthrew him a little bit, but he tried to make sure that Lamb could run underneath it. And right now, the game is not over, but it's going to be really hard right now. So, like I said, a little bit, it's a hard catch. I'll give that to CD. I'll guess a hard catch. Nice release. He had in his hands, though. Like, the thing is, oh my gosh, he had him in his hands. CD has had like 3 times that has hit him in his hands. I mean, he's had a great game, but man, he could have had an even better game. So 1st down 10 for the 45-yard line for the Philadelphia Eagles. Going to be a handoff to Saquon Barkley, who's going to lose yardage, about 1 yard. So first timeout for Dallas. CD, who wins to the tent? Say it. Wait, no, that's not who went in the tent. Who went in the tent? Somebody went in the tent for Dallas Cowboys. They're showing all the different drops. I mean, it's like I said, it's just hitting it. It's just hitting him in the hands. Like I said, I understand it's a tough catch, but you're getting paid. Like you need to be able to make those plays. And I think that CeeDee Lamb knows he can make that play. That's the thing. 1:51 remaining in the 4th quarter. Dallas Cowboys still have 2 timeouts. 2nd down and about 11 from the 45-yard line. Shotgun formation with Saquon Barkley to his right. Drops back a pass and throws, and it's going to be complete. A.J. Brown caught the ball, and we actually have a catch. And we have, the clock is running, and now the timeout is called. 1:42 remaining in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and short. I would have caught that. I believe you, Luke. I believe you could have caught that. I believe you could have outstretched. You could have beaten Cooper DeJean, and you could have outstretched your hands, and you could definitely have caught that ball. Is that Ole Miss education that he didn't go upfield? No. He's trying to make sure that the clock continues to run. So he actually did smart. It's a comeback route, so technically what we're supposed to be doing. Jerry's looking a little bit nervous. It's 3rd and 3. You got 1 timeout remaining. If Eagles get a 1st down, then the game's over. All right, so Saquon Barkley to the left of Jalen Hurts. Actually, no. Saquon Barkley goes out to the out wide. So empty set. Watch for like a quarterback power or something like this. Drops back to pass, and he's going to try to get the first down, and he does. And guess what? The game is over. That's the game over. That's the game over. Why is Dak pooping? Oh, and he's just trying to drop a squat. That's all it is. He's trying to work on his form. That's my fantasy goat. Yep, right there. Jalen Hurts. Yep. See, okay, this is also Digazua. At Digazua, you have to keep the pocket together. You know Jalen Hurts is looking to run. You can't just pick a side. You can't just pick a side. That's partially good on Jalen Hurts for trying to find a way to get the first down. But if you're a defensive lineman, you just, like I said, keep him in the pocket. Keep him in the pocket. And now, like I said, the game's going to be over. Because, like I said, they're just going to kneel it out. Dang. Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, Eagles won. So I got that prediction right. It was a closer game. After that weather delay, okay. Woo. Nah, Sam Williams, you were one who the aggressor. Come on, guys. Let's do well. All right, so clock is continuing to run down. Dallas, if you're Dallas, obviously you're thinking, okay, well, offensively wise, we did a pretty good job. It's a good game, but unfortunately, after that that light delay, it kind of went downhill pretty fast. I mean, not downhill pretty fast, but like the defense actually got its crap together. But man, what could have been if CeeDee Lamb could have caught some of those balls? It was a good game, but the second half felt underwhelming. Like I said, I kind of agree, but I do think that they finally were able to make adjustments because they were just like getting absolutely gashed, like both of them. So one more kneel down, and that's going to be game. There it is. All right, so Philly wins their season opener of their title defense against the dreaded Dallas Cowboys. Dallas, like I said, you got a long road ahead of you, but you can take solace in like, hey, offense looked pretty good. So some good things and bad things. If you're Philly, you're hoping to go back to the chalkboard and hopefully, you can kind of get your defense under control. Imagine if the Cowboys had a guy like Michael Parsons. Like, that would probably make a big difference for sure. Could have been the difference here. I think, Kenny Clark did well in the very beginning, though. I'll give him that. He did have some kind of pressures, but they definitely didn't stop the run. So thanks so much for watching. Like I said, I am very, very tired. It is way too late, and I got to get up early in the morning. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I'll be here tomorrow. Well, technically today. I'll be here today doing the Chargers-Chiefs game. That's the YouTube game. So once again, if you want to come on Friday and see and join us one more time, I'm losing my train of thought while I'm speaking. I want to thank you so much for joining, and yeah. Bye.